experts call toxic masculinity.
Research found the underlying cause for could-be masculinity context culture.
Toxic masculinity, we've sort of heard this phrase popping up. The phrase has gained a lot of attention recently, especially with the Me Too movement.
It's showtime.
I'm no godless Tommy. I fought the Star-Spangled Banner.
You bring the cavalry?
Woman, I am the cavalry.
They are my people. I am their sovereign. I love them.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Knock. Stick around.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Masculine Mondays. And I'm going to do the entire show talking like Rorschach. So I hope everyone's prepared for it. No, I'm just kidding. I would probably throw out my entire voice and not be able to do my job for the rest of the week. So I'm going to do my normal speaking voice. But I hope everyone is having a great Monday, start of the week here. We are talking about one of the best graphic novels ever created. And a pretty good movie adaptation, despite what some might think about the man Zack Snyder. I think this was his peak moment of directing, but that is neither here nor there. We're talking here about masculinity in cinema and why it's important. And we do it together amongst people who are trying to build a better culture amongst this snowflake generation, amongst the weak and the beta and the cis males. We're trying to build strength, not just in the macho version, but more so in the mental, up here in the gray, as Colin Farrell would say,
in your heart,
inside this, not the pectoral muscle here, not the boob, not the man boob for some, beyond that.
Where's Isaac today? In biblical times, it would be your bowels.
Your bowels, yeah, right.
Yeah,
or in your gut, whatever. But we're here to talk about Watchmen, and it is the 17th anniversary since this movie was released in theaters. Definitely one of my favorite graphic novels. When I was in college, I took one of my English courses was on American graphic novel and comic book literature, and this was one of the biggest talking points that we had. We spent an entire month talking about this, twice a week and during our classes, and it was probably one of my favorite parts of being in college, because I wasn't the big fan of college to begin with, aside from playing sports and the parties and the women. But that's neither here nor there again. But listen, this is a great book to talk about a lot of different things in. And again, I watched this movie twice over the last week, and some things I remembered when I talked about in college in this course was the human condition, of course. And one of the things I wrote my paper on, which I don't remember all about because it was a little while ago, not to date myself here, but I wrote about apocalypticism. And so I was like, I try to analyze that as well in the movie and how it compares and relates to masculinity. So there's some great themes in this overall. I really can't wait to get into this with everyone. So that being said, Cindy, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing okay. A little sleepy today, but I am here.
I feel you on the sleepiness, and that's why I probably had too much caffeine today. But
we're all feeling it after the time change, I think.
Dude, that thing screwed me up so bad. Holy crap!
I was an hour late to my own stream because I didn't realize the time fucking changed.
Y'all realize the doomsday clock is actually at 1 a.m. now?
Oh my gosh! They need to stop implementing that. No one likes it. Yeah.
No pun intended. I'm so tired of it. They just need to just chalk it out the window.
Like I said in the group chat when I woke up and looked at my clock, and I said, "You're not my real 7 a.m."
Yeah. You're the fake one, damn it. Leon, how you doing, buddy?
I am living the dream. I'm stoked. I'm excited. This is one of those movies that, it's something I don't know if I've ever brought up on my channels or anything like that. This movie got a real special place in my heart. I didn't actually read this graphic novel at first. In fact, I didn't even see it when it came to theaters. There's a period of time, though, in probably 2015-ish, where I was in an incredibly abusive relationship, as in she was the abuser to me, and I'll talk about that because that's bitch made for that to happen to a dude. But homeboy brought this movie over one night after she'd fallen asleep. The ultimate cut, the Zack Snyder director's cut, showed it to me for the first time. And I have a special place in my memory. It was the first time I seen my friend in ages. It was just this brief few hour moments of respite while she was sleeping. And I got to actually be a bro again for a bit. So I fucking love this movie.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. And honestly, like, I might have mentioned this in like chat before or maybe briefly, but back in 2009, when this came out, my part of the clique in my English class, like there's about like 6 or 7 of us. We saw, no pun intended. We saw it together in the theaters, and then after we saw it, like in the afternoon, we stood around the parking lot and talked about it for hours and hours. It was just like before, and I know we've all done this before. Before we would go online and talk about it on a stream or make a video about it. It's like we just talked about it amongst each other and just were talking about how, things were done differently or, how it still relates. Does it translate well the same? And part of the biggest thing too was the ending, which will probably get mentioned here again tonight, but yeah, I feel you, buddy. Good win.
Yes, I have my lovingly rendered blue dong on in celebration of this. That was the one thing that I mean, watching the movie, and it was just like, man, somebody put a lot of time into that. Zach, is there something you'd like to tell us? I mean,
so blue dong.
How many times am I going to say the lovingly rendered swinging blue dong in this movie? And it seems a lot, actually. No, I mean I'd read the graphic novel because a coworker had given me that and League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and so when a movie is going to come out. And saw it and was like, again, other than the very disquieting dong that I have to look at, continually through the movie, I actually prefer the movie ending.
You could look at his eyes like a normal person.
You can't because half the shots are at his dong and his eyes are way up at the top of the screen, and
especially in IMAX.
This is, I mean, come on, this is very much an eyes up here thing that never
works.
No. But yeah, I like the movie ending better because I think that the aliens, spoopy aliens are coming. Yeah, but I've got Dr. Manhattan. The fuck do I care?
Right, yeah. And that was one of the things that I discussed a lot about because these people on Earth here, they know Dr. Manhattan. They've seen him. He's real. He's tangible. So the threat is immensely real, as opposed to saying, wait, where the hell these pink squid alien things just like suddenly come out of the blue from? Like, I mean,
it's so freaking random, and it's one of those things where, because I saw the movie before I saw the graphic novel, and when the alien thing showed up in the graphic novel, I was like, it's like, this is the kind of thing that would make conspiracy theorists go wild. It's like, we're on the brink of nuclear disaster.
Exactly.
Oh, aliens showed up, and
yeah.
It's all. I was like, I think a lot of people were like, that's a bit convenient, isn't it? And I was like, gosh, did Zack Snyder actually have an inspired moment that was really good? Like, it's still weird to admit that, but I was like, he kind of did.
I kind of have the sneaking suspicion the studio was like, we don't have the budget for that shit. You're gonna have to come up with something else, and here we'll get some writers to do it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously up until this point, he hadn't really done much, and it was
300
a couple of years before that, right? So like he hadn't had this bad rap of using an insane amount of slow motion and weird choices of writing. But then again, he didn't write to this story; he just directed it. So he,
much like 300. Again, if somebody does the writing and storyboarding for him via comic book, then he's fine. It's when he's left to his own devices that things run amok quickly.
Yeah, and that's why I said before, when you're talking about certain movies, it's like saying, well, someone would have written a great Star Wars movie. Who would you want to direct it? I mean, I wouldn't mind throwing his name in the hat, but again, just let someone else have a good shot at the writing for sake. But
yeah, hilariously, the HBO series brought back the squids.
I know, and that's why I was like, wait, what?
Honestly,
okay.
in Zack Snyder's case, anybody else should be in charge of the writing.
That's true.
Literally anyone.
Yeah. Well, except for Damon Lindelof.
Well, yeah, okay, except for him.
Yeah. I mean, at least like when he was super large at the end, you know, when he regenerates himself, you didn't see like Blue Dong kind of break into the glass there.
That I was gonna say, if he had like pierced like that dome with his dick,
with his dog, that would have been
hilarious.
That would have been perfect.
He tries to T-man Ozymandias instead.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
No, Dr. Manhattan, done with the tips. That's gay.
He starts swinging it around and knocking
he's just helicoptering it around, destroying the entire lab.
Or even like when the Vietnamese are bowing down to him, it just gets bigger every time they cut to him.
He's Dongzilla.
It's not the sound of the whirling helicopter blades. It's Dr. Manhattan's dong.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh God, that would have been freaking insane. Blue, how are you doing, buddy?
Good. Today was leg day. You know, never skip leg day.
That's true.
It's the worst day when you're fucking sore 2 days later. Yeah, when this first came out, the MCU just started, and growing up watching Batman animated series, Christopher Reeve, Superman, I first saw this film and didn't like it because I admit I didn't understand it. Then, of course, going to prison and reading the graphic novel, then talking to people and understanding it on a second viewing, like, wow, this film is a fucking masterpiece. But it's just the high off the MCU and DC and everything. I wasn't sure what they're going for because when you break it down compared to nowadays, this film is highly fucking political, but people don't consider this like, I guess, a political film compared to how openly, I guess, overt politics are now. But this film is a really political satire or discussion, but people enjoy this versus all the political stuff nowadays people hate because good writing.
Well, because this movie is not telling you how to think. That's
right.
the difference.
Except for political innuendo.
Well, the movie does, and of course, then Alan Moore comes out later on and says, you know, fuck the right and fuck Rorschach, and how could people?
Well,
like
I mean,
Rorschach?
even if you're a writer who has a political bend, you can still write something that you're not necessarily trying to tell your audience what they're supposed to think about something. I mean, because the fact of the matter is that every single person who writes something is going to have biases. But that doesn't mean you can't take a more objective approach when you're writing something. And at the very least, you know,
tell that to Eric.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is, look, if you start out going, I'm having my dirt political thoughts, then your movie's already screwed. You have to focus on characters. You can have it in a world where you have your politics, but that can't be the primary focus. You have to have good characters in order to tell any story. And this one succeeds, right?
Yeah.
Even with Alan Moore's, you know, baggy-eyed Bolshevism going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm definitely with Jay and Leon as well. Though, if you read the comic, then go watch this film. The ending in this film is 10,000 times better than that fucking comic. You guys are right about that. And you know, younger, I want to believe in Rorschach. As I get older, I'm like, you know what? I side with Dr. Manhattan. I'm sorry.
Honestly, if you want to see an early piece of political propaganda, watch The Contender. I watched that not too long after I saw Watchmen for the first time, and I was like, gosh, talk about a propaganda view of politics. This movie's complete bullcrap. This came out in 2000. I was like, this is one of the wokest movies I've ever seen. And this was way before we were having that conversation.
Yeah, had we only known what was to come in the future.
Yeah.
I can only see myself in the future, not anyone else's. Yeah, I mean, I will say, I really, I mean, just to maybe say and touch on a little things about the movie itself. I mean, I really did enjoy the casting, and to Dave's point, the guy
most
who
of
does,
it.
yeah, not all of it, but most of it I thought was, you know, pretty.
I don't
pretty
think
good.
Malin Ackerman can act at all. I think she's.
No.
She's not quite like Sofia Coppola bad, but she's kind. I mean, she looks great, but she's really bad acting wise, and I'm like, I find her scenes distracting because anytime she's talking, I'm like, her line delivery is not good.
Yeah.
Wait, which one?
Malin Ackerman, Silk Spectre.
Silk Spectre.
Oh, okay.
too.
The first
The
one.
young one. No, the young one.
The second one.
The
The young one.
Lori.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carla Gugino was a great choice for her mother. She even
oh, by the way,
like,
when the mom is still hotter than the daughter, even though she's like 60 or something, it's like, come on.
You know,
I mean, it's like it was kind of inspired casting for her because I was like, she even looks like one of the old school like kind of pinups they used to have, and I'm like, I remember when they actually showed that image of her, and I'm like, man, she looks dead up like one of those. It's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I was let's see here. Thanks for subscribing, Zolt Van Zugzug. Zugzug. Hell yeah. I would say
I mean, Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Sorry, good one.
How much weight did he put on for this? I mean, because he's got a really thin frame, you know, and just naturally thin. Man, he bulked up for this movie.
Do you wait, really? Because back in like when he was on Supernatural and Grey's Anatomy, I remembered him being broad.
I don't know, man, but look at him in anything after this. And
he did cut weight a bit when he started to play Negan, right?
There's an interview.
That was a couple years later.
There's an interview with him on Craig Ferguson. You kind of see his more natural frame, and it's a bit more slight.
Yeah.
I would say, Leon. I think Jeffrey's got. I think he's got a natural big frame. But I would definitely watch Supernatural. Watch this. His arms are a lot bigger in this film than on Supernatural.
Yeah. His arms, like he definitely worked out and like put on muscle and stuff for this. I remember him before he was, because back in the day when you know, again, Supernatural, Grey's Anatomy, when those shows were big, he wasn't quite big yet. He was just a TV character actor. But I still remembered him being a averagely broad individual.
He's got broad shoulders. He's just thin. I mean, he's naturally thin.
When you said I was with the way you described it, I thought you meant that he was like when you said small frame. That's why I did.
He's not built to carry weight. He's not like Welsh or that German. Just looks like a beer keg walking around. And you see him in like Texas Rising. He's really thin.
I'm reading now, Jay. He's 6'2". After Watchmen, he dropped 45 pounds for Texas Rising.
Yeah.
Damn. So he dropped down. So he's 6'2". He dropped down to 135 for Texas Rising. At 6'2", that's fucking real thin, man.
Yeah, that's some decent weight, honestly.
That's some commitment.
No, he had to be more than 180 in this.
Man, got according to sources that
Yeah, no,
he had to be well past. I think he's
well over 200 in this
easily. He would have probably dropped down to like the 170s or so.
Yeah.
I would say
still, I mean, for 6'2", that's still very slight.
He got AIDS in the series. I agree. Yeah,
he's been around a while.
Wow, he's been around for a while. Yeah, I know he'd been in a couple other things before, even Grey's Anatomy, but I don't remember seeing much of him.
You watch Grey's Anatomy, gay?
Yeah.
I did I say I watched it? I said I knew he was in Grey's Anatomy.
You're not even supposed to know. That makes you a fan. You research.
Exactly. Yeah. You're a fan. Yeah, that's research.
I'm sorry.
Look, I watched it for him.
Now
Listen,
you're a fan.
Sorry, guys. Now I'm a fan. I don't know if this clip I have is gonna like get tagged or I mean, it's only 3 seconds long. I think Leon will appreciate it.
I knew the moment you said Leon appreciate it, I knew exactly what clip was coming.
The best line of the movie.
It was a better time.
I gotta clip this so bad, man. Of course, like again, like this. There's so much music over some great parts.
Oh, hell yeah!
Like just original soundtrack, and then obviously, with the
there's like 8 or 9 songs that they have in it.
Yeah, I mean, I not bad placement of certain songs for sure. Definitely,
most of them, yeah.
Yeah, the only one that really stands out as steaming pile of shit is My Chemical Romance.
Yeah,
that's because My Kim sucks in general. So
right.
Yep. I was like,
I mean, the Hallelujah scene's kind of cringe, but it's not even so much. It's not so much about the song as it is.
It's
just not even really like the song. I think fits like what they're going for. It's just the scene drags. It's like, okay, this is kind of cringy. How long are you going to stick with this?
The song itself is fine, but the singer sounded terrible. I was dying.
Yeah, it is. It's like one of the worst versions of that song.
Oh man.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, not
like I liked it in Shrek. I didn't like it there.
Yeah, Leonard Cohen is an acquired taste.
I mean, that wouldn't be the last time Zack Snyder uses that song. I believe he didn't use it in the Snyder Cut, or am I mistaken?
Hallelujah.
Yeah,
I don't think he's.
It's in the original version too. It's in both.
that's right. Yeah, the Justice League.
Yeah.
Oh, in Justice League. Oh, I don't know.
But,
I know it's
Cohen's Everybody Knows is in Pump Up the Volume.
Yeah, I didn't maintain a lot of memories from Justice League.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like saying like atop the Watchtower is a good.
3 of True Detective, which is kind of an underrated season. It's no season 1, but it's still a good season.
Yeah, I heard actually things about that. I don't watch it, but I heard it was.
Wait, of what now?
True Detective.
Oh, season 1 of True Detective's amazing.
No, season 1. Well, Cohen does the theme song for season 3 as well. I said season 3 is underrated. It's no season.
Oh,
1.
season 3. Okay, gotcha.
Season 3, I think, is underrated. Season 1 is the best first season of any TV show ever made of True Detective. But I think because season 2 was such a departure, people didn't give season 3 the fair shake it deserved. Season 3 is actually really good.
Season 3 was the dead cat bounce because then the next seasons were coming.
Yeah.
Well, apparently those two. Apparently they're coming back now. Those two actors. We'll see.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, the good news is we have
how
Lanterns.
bad can it get? So yeah,
Lanterns will be
got
the new True Detective.
we've got the
been
new True
reliably
Detective
informed,
reboot, which is also DC related to this.
and is written by Damon Lindelof, so you know it's the mark of quality.
What's up, Bill?
Yeah.
You doing, bud?
What's up, Bill?
Okay. So if you're new here to the channel, we talk about some masculine traits that characters have. This isn't every single masculine traits. There will be plenty more depending on the movie and the characters and so forth. We talk about a affirmation, inspiration, aspiration, rating from green, yellow, and red. Being green, they actually achieve and what they should aim for, grow towards, integrate. Yellow means they kind of get to the halfway point. Again, this is just through the movie timeline. And then red means they just weren't able to achieve it whatsoever. So, we'll apply these to every character. And then the female characters that we do have in this film, and we've had in a couple films already this year too, we try to just apply a little bit of a different rating for the femininity because it is good to see real feminine characters. However, if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, well, then we will call it out and apply the fair criticism. So to start us off and talk about probably one of the best characters and the best actors picked for said character, we got to talk about our man Rorschach. That's the wrong face one.
That's
That's the wrong my face quote.
That's the wrong my face quote. Did I not clip it? No, here it is.
How does he look more like a Muppet there than with his mask on?
A Muppet?
Jackie Earl Haley
Yes.
is not he's not an attractive dude.
Yeah,
Nah.
he's not. But I think he does a better gravelly voice than Christian Bale does for sure.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not even
also, this is what happens when you're on the Bad News Bears. Eventually you become a hermit crime fighter. And
Yeah, if you don't like the stream, you lose testosterone.
it's true.
And
Yeah, you let a dude in an owl costume fuck your girl.
yeah, that too.
gosh.
Yeah, and Rorschach might show up and put you down.
Dr. Manhattan got cocked.
My face.
No, Dr. Manhattan cucked himself.
This is
Oh my God,
That's
true lies.
Create copies of himself.
What's up, Waylon? All the whores and politicans will shout, "Save us!" and Elvis back, "No." Actually, I'll read that.
Or
over
as they
again.
say in Damon Lindelof's version, nah, fam.
Dude, I love that. All the whores and politicians will shout, "Save us!" and I'll whisper back, "No." Scene.
No, my favorite is when he's in the chow line.
Oh god.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
I
I remember
got
seeing
that.
that scene, and I'm like, that's like one of my like I wouldn't call it a phobia, but when you cook with oil, it's just like that's always just kind of this like fear that enters your imagination is just having hot oil just dumped on. Plus, it actually happened to my little sister once, not like nearly that bad, but she got splashed
Damn.
in the face pretty bad with hot oil, burned her face pretty bad. I mean, she's fine now. It actually healed up really well, but oh gosh, that scene in Watchmen, that is freaking mortifying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it it weirded me out. I had to actually pause the movie for a second.
A buddy of mine and I were watching this, and when he does the, you understand, you think I'm locked in here with you, you're all locked in here with me. My buddy turns to me and immediately goes, "Dude, that's you." And I was like, "All right, call that." Sometimes
we literally there was a guy literally who a few weeks ago did that to himself at an Olive Garden and is no longer with us.
What? Oh yeah. Decided to unsubscribe from his own life.
Yeah. That's not even the worst thing that's happening in Olive Garden. You heard about?
No, honestly, that he might have been the most Italian dish on the menu.
That's true. Yeah.
No, have you heard about the Olive Garden herpes incident?
No.
So, this is woman.
Is this why Roman hates Olive Garden?
Woman ordered chicken Alfredo in Olive Garden. This was years ago. I heard the story back in 2006. Yeah, you'll have to forgive me if I fuck up some of the details. But woman ordered chicken Alfredo, didn't have enough sauce on it. So she sent it back. OG Karen. The dude in the kitchen was so insulted on the Alfredo.
Oh man,
she got herpes. Her husband left her because he thought he'd been cheating on her, and they had to trace it back to and sue the Olive Garden. The guy got went to prison the whole time. But yeah,
oh my
wow.
I mean, how do you prove that? So.
I like how you called it. I called her OG Karen because that's the initials of Olive Garden.
Wow. Nice.
I went to a Fazoli today, so I'm feeling pretty good about all this.
Joke's on you. I put my lovingly rendered blue dong in that.
All you can eat breadsticks, ladies and gentlemen.
Maybe it's urban legend, Dave. I don't know, but I heard the story when I was in 8th grade and thought this must be true. I'm going to
I mean, I don't think it's urban
the
legend.
next Lorena Bobbitt, basically,
Have you seen
basically? I mean, the employee is an easy out. Look, I thought it says dipping sauce.
That is a real. That's not an urban legend. That is a real thing. This is on ABC News 2011 article. 6.7 million in herpes lawsuit.
See, I thought it was real. Fuck you, Dave.
Dave's not here, man.
I feel like this is the type of people that Rorschach would talk about on the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe him. I saw yesterday a guy on Twitter.
The Karens in the Olive Garden get herpes.
He did himself on fire about
Karens in the Olive Garden with herpes.
By the way, Gord, I hope to God you've got a VPN if you're going to be searching whether or not that's because your search history is Olive Garden herpes.
The exact prompt I looked for. I mean, I didn't look in the images or anything, so I like to throw the spectrum for a
Hell yeah, Dave.
You like to spook your spook?
Yeah, right.
We're gonna bump up your internet bill. This is a little weird what you've been looking at.
Yeah.
Research. They're just chugging up his research. It's fine. We'll be all good. Everything's fine here now. Listen, Rorschach, definitely one of the best characters, one of the fan favorites, I feel like. So in terms of his masculine depth and what he represents, I think his character is obviously stripped down to his conviction, his discipline, and in his moral compass, this absolute moral nature that he has and represents. I think his unbreakable commitment to the truth is what fuels him, and that's where he finds and has all his strength behind. But I think because he has this refusal to temper what justice he believes in, turns this sort of conviction into this isolation where it's just him, right? He feels like he can't let anyone know his true identity. It's just him, the mask. He's out in plain sight, holding, the end is nigh. When you've got Lori and Dan walking hand in hand together across the street, and they don't even know who he is. And even Dan acknowledges that, you could be free. No one knows your identity. It's he doesn't even know his real identity. It's a matter of the choice that Rorschach has, and that wants to just be alone, but he's okay with it. And I think he's just over time, as he's evolved, he knows where his strength lies. He knows what he needs and what he represents and what the Watchmen are supposed to represent. Which is why he just has this never-ending commitment to stay true to it and to do what others won't. I feel like for his affirmation, he obviously has the courage, he has the resolve And he's always willing to
Yeah,
do.
is there a greener than green for affirmation?
Yeah, I'm like I don't even know how to say like what could go beyond green. It's
Manhattan
like,
blue.
Manhattan blue. Well,
he gets the blue dong of affirmation.
The blue dong of affirmation. Jesus. Yeah, 100%.
You could put a blue cumber there.
100 blue cumber. Wow.
Make sure it's lovingly rendered.
Yes.
I mean, Rorschach is in many ways like an Old Testament prophet.
Yeah.
You know, that he knows the truth in or you know, it's been revealed to him, and he sees humanity as sinful by nature. And you know, he essentially, anybody that's like too near him burn up. Because of you know, the way that his intensity is just incandescent. And so if you're around him, you know, it's kind of a testament to Nite Owl that he's able to tolerate Rorschach, even though he has an outburst. But then he, you know, you see Rorschach, I mean, he recognizes that Dan's, you know, good man, but he's human. And doesn't have the dedication that Rorschach does, and so kind of looks at him as a little less. But also, when he's like, you know, dude, you live off of, you know, people. You're you know, that you don't have anything on that. And he realizes, he's like, well, this is like one of the only friends that I have, right? This is my former partner, and so he kind of backs off a bit, right?
Yeah,
you know, but that doesn't mean he stops being who he is. It's just he stops being the judgmental asshole to him for a moment.
Yeah, to him specifically. It's not even like my worldview has changed.
No, hell no. No.
Right.
That's not happening.
Yeah. And even for his inspiration, right? He has a fearlessness to him. He refuses to compromise.
Every time you give him
Roman's here,
Alan Moore loses his wings.
Oh, Roman, roll back about 2 minutes. We do an Olive Garden story for you.
Yeah, we like, and we're not even joking. There's literally
Dead
a whole
serious.
like 5-minute segment about Olive Garden.
Just for you, buddy.
A disparaging one.
Yeah.
So.
Jakub. What's going on, dude? How you doing, man?
Peace be upon him.
Yes, indeed. And honestly, I think for inspiration too, like, I mean, he just has, like, and he's very serious for morality's sake. He does have a personal accountability to him as well. So I have green for his inspiration as well. In terms of his aspiration, I do think that the integrity that he has is quite admirable. I think if there's any weakness to Rorschach, it is the ability to integrate compassion or some sort of restraint that keeps him from being like fully balanced for the terms of aspiration. I'm not saying that he shouldn't be green here. I'm just saying I think that's part of his a weakness.
If this were 2009, you know, when the movie came out, I think it was 2009, right?
Yeah.
I would agree with that sentiment. But if I'm going to look at this through the 2026 lens, after everything we saw in 2025, you know, like when you see Charlie Kirk get gunned down by some leftists, you sit there and think, you know what, maybe compassion is out the fucking window at this point. And that's actually a positive, not a negative, that he has none of it.
Rorschach is the black-pilled Batman. That is kind of what he is.
He is the black man.
Like he definitely wants to exact justice, but he's like, we ain't saving this city. Screw that. But it's like the thing he's trying to preserve isn't people necessarily. It's justice and truth. That's what he's preserving ideals.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he also has an understanding of humanity that's very realistic. I mean, you know, realism in the kind of philosophical sense that's not an ideal view, right? It's they are who they are, and look at the way they behave, and that they need to have a sense of you know, impending
Roman
justice in order to keep them in line. That otherwise, you know, and that they're always going to be predators amongst the normal population. And but also, again, he's very Old Testament prophet type thing. I mean, it's not just breaking the law that offends him. Sin offends him.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Right. And to
Sorry.
yeah, well, if you wouldn't dress like a harlot, then he would, a certain amount of modesty would get you away. But the thing about Rorschach is, again, it's like trying to get an Old Testament prophet to go, bro, you need to calm down on the whole everybody is going to burn in hell if they don't do that. He's like, no, that's the truth, right? You can't.
He doesn't even let like Nite Owl like slide when he finds out him and Spectre are sleeping together. He even calls them out on infidelity and stuff.
Yeah,
he doesn't let any of that go.
Right. That none of that. And again, that look, we just need you to tell the noble lie. Nope.
But hold on, Gord, biblical conundrum for you, because amongst my Christian brother, right? Marriage is between a man and a woman, but is Dr. Manhattan even really a man?
I mean, he's a man. I do think he would still count as a man. Or is he a man imbued? He's a man imbued with power, unlike any other man. But I mean, that would be a matter of perspective, I suppose. But he's
the bigger thing is she made the commitment.
Exactly. It's like he's more getting on them for doing it.
Yeah, and there is that lovingly rendered blue dick, so that he is at least symbolically a man.
True, but she didn't want it though anymore. She was like, nah, I'm going for.
She didn't want that electric slide.
Yeah. Honestly, I just couldn't understand. She would get upset over everything. Like, she made no concessions ever. She never tried to explain her point. She was just always expecting.
Yes, Genevieve, Hollywood used to write women like actual women. What's your point?
She kind of drives me fucking crazy. I was just like, dude, I understand why men are like, God, women are high maintenance. She was stressing me out, and I wasn't even fucking her. Jeez.
Yeah, that's why some of us would have went, nope, smells like crazy to me. I'm walking away. Bye.
No, because then you have all those people who are like, I could fix her.
No, that again, I leave that to others to learn the bad lesson.
The hard way.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm Rorschach in this matter. I'm not sticking in crazy. Hell no.
Yeah. But no, I like I said, it's not so much like that part of it being weak potentially is like a bad. And I don't think it's a bad weakness, right? It could be considered like a
Well, again, it's
a weakness. It is a weakness when your enemies will use that against you. Obviously, but if you're uncompromising, it's it's basically kind of like what we see the Joker do to Batman in The Dark Knight. It's like, okay, you have this thing, and I'm aware you won't compromise on it, so I'm going to use it against you. Now, granted, he's not in a situation where he has enemies trying to use his uncompromising nature against him, other than when I guess Ozymandias sets him up. But the way the movie ends, it's not because they are wanting to use his integrity against him. It's because they feel they have no choice. They're like, well, we kind of know we have to put him down because we're not going to talk him into joining us here.
Yeah, he makes it clear that ain't happening, right? And that's why he's do it because he knows. He's like, no, I'm not. Oh, by the way, I already narked you out.
But I mean, at the end of the day, like, I think because of what he believes in, right, what he stays true to, like his integrity is so strong that he's like, people must know the truth. People like, this is the justice I'm talking about here, and it's like it takes Dr. Manhattan to disintegrating him to stop him, but he's willing to do it, and even like like you're gonna die here. Like,
yeah,
do it. Like,
yeah, it's a moral certainty and a moral courage that he is willing and to ignore even like his own needs, to the point that no, I'm not going to lie, and you know what you have to do, so do it.
Yep.
Right, because I know you're not going to let me pass.
Yep.
You know damn well I'm not going to lie, so let's get this done.
Yep. My journal's already in the hands.
Yeah. Sorry, I already narked you out. Ha ha ha.
Yeah. So. And I mean, that's always something that, I mean, I thought 17 years ago, even still to this day, I'm like, Ozymandias, Adrian Veidt never knew that Rorschach kept a journal and wrote down everything and has dropped it off at to be published essentially. So
it kind of shows the weakness of Ozymandias, the overall.
Right.
That look, I'm the smartest man in the world, and with that cute story, bro, doesn't mean you actually know everything.
Right. Exactly. Like he might be intelligent, but he doesn't know everything. And again, like I think there are things that I mean, dude, like the fucking comedian figures it out.
Yeah.
If he were so smart, the comedian wouldn't have figured it out. If he was so smart, then he wouldn't have taken into account that, you know what, Rorschach might have a theory about this, so maybe I shouldn't do a masked killer sort of angle. But I might be just gonna deal with it anyway, so we'll just go with it.
Maybe I'm misremembering, but it wasn't necessarily so much so that they were so smart and whatnot, but it was he thought he could get away with it because the Watchmen were so fractured.
Well, he actually actively does the fracturing, but the thing is
right.
that,
But that's part of his play. If they're fractured, a house divided can't stand. He can get away with his overall plan.
right. The problem is again that he didn't have full knowledge of the behaviors or whatever, and that also goes to his decision to go ahead and do the Dr. Manhattan stuff, and oh, this will cause peace, and I'm like, you sure about that, bro? You sure? Right, because you're sacrificing millions of people because I'm a smart boy and I figured this all out. And I was like, I don't think you have the information to do that. Nor, again, you can be the smartest man in the world. That doesn't mean that you can actually predict the behavior of large groups of people.
Oh, flawed, overly confident, evil, and I would obviously call him evil. I mean, comic booky villains like that. That's my favorite type of villain, just by and large. Ozymandias is actually my favorite character in this movie. He's not the best. I would say Rorschach is probably the best, but Ozymandias is my subjective favorite.
I'd say I think his intelligence also leads to his arrogance, though, because he's so smart. Like,
sure.
I'm smarter than everybody else, and no one can figure out my evil plan, which is they do.
He's very similar to Wesker in Resident Evil, which is I think why I like him so much.
Well, you got to think if you have this guy who's devoted so much of his mental faculties to keeping Dr. Manhattan in the dark as much as possible. I think it makes sense that he feels if he's accomplished that, the rest of them will be easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, he's taking a gamble. I mean, that was the whole thing. Dr. Manhattan, like, oh, you think you can beat me? He's like, no, but maybe I can appeal to you, to your logic. And he figures his intelligence will appeal to Dr. Manhattan's like cold logic, which it ultimately does.
And in a sense, he's really the only one he actually has to get on his side, because if the others
demonstrated he can beat the other ones.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think that Jackie Earle Haley knocked it out of the park with this one.
Yeah, and he, so I remember seeing him in the Bad News Bears back in the 70s, and then not really saw him in much. Then he popped up in this. He's popped up in a couple of things after this, but it seems like he's pretty selective about what he does.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, you don't see him in a lot, and I feel like there's certain characters that he could have fit the bill with, or maybe his name gets mentioned, like, oh, I think Jackie Earle Haley would have done a good job at this movie or in this role, blah blah blah. But it's like, maybe he just doesn't want to do it. He's just sort of like, nah, I'm not going to do this, and maybe he has a better idea. Like, he probably could have been in some sort of MCU role or certain other characters, but it's like he's already been in this. Maybe, who knows, he just didn't want to do another sort of comic book type character, but.
Well, and Melvis Guy says, I think, he says Rorschach.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be a critique of Ditko's characters like Mr. A, who are moral objectivists, and Alan Moore hates more, which that's 100% correct. And what Alan Moore doesn't understand, despite the fact that, look, him being a commie godless bastard aside, he is a pretty good writer. Like, I'll give him credit. He's a good writer. But he doesn't understand that the idea of moral objectivity in fiction is what makes fiction work in a way, because we know it's not. It should be realistic. It should be the way the world operates, but it isn't. So seeing this idealized, black and white hero story with moral objectivity is what gives real people hope and something to look at and sort of shape views around. The idea that Alan Moore throughout all of his life hasn't grasped that concept is honestly wild to me.
Well,
it's incompatible with his political beliefs. So
that's true.
But also, like, having moral objectivity in storytelling allows for the gray areas to be more compelling, because if literally everything is gray, it's completely uninteresting.
Yeah. That's also true. Yeah.
I just saw
which was kind of the point at the end, right?
Well, no, actually, no. I mean, I would say the point at the end is that. Well, it depends on what do you mean, like as far as
Where they're showing the, I only saw the regular version. I didn't get to see the unlimited.
Well, as far as I mean, it's true that it's like it's like there being like a character like Rorschach who has moral objectivity, makes that kind of this situation which you could consider somewhat morally gray, or at least morally difficult. That's part of what makes it such an interesting ending. Is it is one of those things where it's like you're kind of asking yourself, who would I side with in this? Because, yes, on the one hand, this is built on a lie, and that's obviously really bad. On the other hand, it's like, well, if he's right and this prevents, us from destroying ourselves, is that preferable?
Right. So you get the comparison of moral objectivism versus utilitarianism.
Mm-hmm.
We got a gifty from Dragon Master. Oh, thanks for the gifty. Dragon Master. And he had Nerd Files. Our boy. Good stuff.
That.
And for that, we're going to play a nice little clip that I think is a great scene with Rorschach. The whole story about it, which we'll talk more about, later on in a particular scene that he's in the jail cell with. But sorry if you don't like gore.
Men get arrested. Blocks get put down.
I love that scene.
It's a very good scene, and totally, I feel he's very justified in his.
We kind of need more of that these days.
We really
listen.
do.
I mean, like
where them files at, bitches?
Yeah, like dude, that. And the funny thing is, I feel like you should anyone in that position would probably maybe do the same. But I think with the amount of people out there that this problem has been ramping up over the last 17 years, even since this movie came out, a plethora of them should probably have a Rorschach meeting to this degree, of course. I mean, just everything about this. Even I remember even reading this in the graphic novel, just and feeling disgusted and thinking that this should be. It's kind of the same thing. Like there's a wood chipper for everyone who's a pedophile, right? That murders, and kidnaps young children. Especially when you see like her clothes, in the little furnace
you
and
see
the
the
bones,
dogs.
with the dogs chewing on it. I mean, it's just like even the way it affects, and that's like he says, this is when I used to be soft. I was soft to criminals, until this moment where it's like you kind of see him like almost shaking. Like he almost was hesitant to do it, and then like boom, it snaps, and it's just like not snaps in a bad way, but like it's more so justified.
If Alan Moore was hoping to make Rorschach in any way, shape, or form look questionable, he probably shouldn't have presented that scenario, because it's like, well, we're totally on his side now.
I know, yeah. It's like, no, we're definitely Team Rorschach here, guys. So
heck yeah.
Thanks, Alan. Alan.
That's what's scary is some people wouldn't be on his side. Like, so what are you trying to say, dude?
Dude, yeah. He gets, I think it's like 5 or 6 solid chops in there until you start to see it like kind of falling out forward from his face because of the cleaver impacts. I mean, love that. And just the way he's, we'll talk more about it more. I want to just, talk about it right now in the moment, but just the way he
I wish he had stabbed somebody in prison and said, you just got Rorschanked.
Well, someone tried to Rorschach him, and he just gave him a bit of oil on the fries.
It's Rorschach time.
Seed oils.
You want some oil with those fries, Mr. Blackman? Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Little did you realize.
He didn't do that to him, though, because of the threat. He did it because he was overweight and he doesn't like gluttony.
That's true.
He killed him with his favorite food, oil.
You're eating too much oil. Here, have some more.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking. I mean, he knows that black people have problems with blood pressure and heart disease. What was he throwing oil on that man?
This is what you've been putting in your body. Now it's going to be on your body.
Just trying to accelerate the process.
Yeah. So let's talk about our boy Dan Dryberg, the second Nite Owl. He's an interesting character overall, but I do think he does have a bit of a hesitancy at times until again he kind of just as a breaking point too, which I think anyone should or would. But he does have this compassion. He's a little emo too, I will say. But I think he does have, he's smart enough. He does have restraint. He does have common decency, but he does long for a purpose. He does try to, find a thing or two in life that is valuable, and, also tries to, figure out what it is that he's supposed to do now that the Watchmen are over. We can't wear masks. We shouldn't wear masks. People know who some of the other main actors are. Between Adrian Veidt, of course, Dr. Manhattan. So it definitely kind of makes his case interesting. And I do think for
you brought up emo. I think we have some emo sitting in the green room right now.
Oh, do we? Speaking of Mr. Emo Man, we've got welcome to the stage, Mr. Foulball Productions.
I resent that. I was always a pop punk. I was always a punk. I was
Matt
never
loved
emo.
when My Chemical Romance played. He was like,
I hated that shit. Look, I will confess, I always liked Blink 182, but emo, that's a bridge too far.
Hey, look, to be fair, everybody was punk at one point or another.
I
Gave
know,
Blink a
dude.
chance, and I did too. That's.
I say that like I didn't used to have long hair. Y'all knew I had.
I would have liked
long
My
hair.
Chemical Romance if it was a white parade.
Oh my god.
Once I saw that
hey,
first
Nick.
part, I'm out. Bye. I'm not a Mike fan anymore.
Dude, I'm an idiot. Like, I was like, oh, you're like 9 o'clock. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, oh, push it to 9:15. I was like, sick. And then I was like, Central Time, right? And I never heard back. And I was like, yeah, it's probably Central Time. And I was like,
Oh shit, my bad.
oh.
Nope. That's right, man. There's a lot.
All
lot
you
to
missed
go to
was a
this.
discussion about Rorschach and Olive Garden giving people herpes. So we got plenty of time.
All right, sick,
Yeah, for sure. We gave Rorschach a green all the way down on the rating. Of course, naturally. Now, yeah, Nite Owl. I think it was a little interesting to talk about and to rate, but
well, isn't it a little interesting? Because didn't the guy who wrote the comic book kind of made Rorschach to be like not likable? Like,
Yes,
his
he did.
goal-
Yeah.
By his politics, yeah. Unfortunately, humans were like, no, we like this guy quite a bit.
I was just watching it, and he was just like, "Oh, these liberals." I was like, "Tell him, Rorschach."
Yeah.
Based.
I think deep down, Alan Moore wants to be, a non-liberal, but he just decides to probably get cucked into it.
No, I think again, in his viewpoint, this is like a chud. Look at this silly
he's a
guy
chud.
who doesn't have any subtlety and understands that everything is morally gray and all that. And they're like,
True, Roman.
no, we with home. We with homeboy here.
I only read the comic book once, and it was
Bobby.
during the pandemic. But I'm watching the movie, and I'm like, "Yo, this is so boomer coded." Like, it's like there's all this like Bob Dylan and like Simon and Garfunkel and like this kind of like
you know this because it takes place in like,
1985.
Yeah, but in 1985,
And also
but also
prior
in a
to
world-
that-
in a world where the Nixon administration never ended. So
yeah, and
it's really,
they're like,
yeah.
"Oh man, Republicans and right wing people are so stupid. We're so smart. We're the liberals." It's so funny to be like, "Wow, you are way off." You
Yeah,
are
there's
very
that
off.
one scene too that where it's Dan and Lori after they just had the back alley brawl with the gang, and then it starts to pan out, and then you can see, I forget what the poster says. I think I have a screenshot of it somewhere, but someone like spray paints like right wing.
Yeah, the New Frontier,
Right.
New Frontiersman ad.
Yep, that's what
You
it
know
is.
it's right, and somebody
It's
spray
right
painted wing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yep. So hey, sorry, Alan. I'm gonna.
Oops.
Also, it's absolutely hilarious to me that Alan Moore, because he's a baggy-eyed Bolshevik, thinks that Nixon is the ultimate right wing. And I was like, you're talking about the guy who took us off the gold standard, who put wage and price controls in, who set up the EPA.
Yeah.
This guy. Okay.
This guy's right. The worst right wing. Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait till they get a load of me.
Yeah. So listen, I think with Dan or Nite Owl, I think his masculine representation, it obviously, and I agree with what Roman says, like he is I think one of the better arcs in the movie or in the novel, but I think his arc shows that by having purpose, courage, and leadership, these things can return through an arc as you find the inspiration and aspire to something. When you're kind of like willing to step back into the responsibility, like there's that scene which I have when, and I want to talk more about that scene in particular, but it's when he just got done banging, or trying to bang.
Yeah, he has a premature
Lord.
ejaculation. That's definitely hero material there.
Yeah,
dude with the last name Dryberg banged a chick whose initials are SS.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I never thought about that.
Taking it to him. Maybe I will give him green.
He did more than we thought he did there. Yeah, he's naked. So I feel like just in metaphorically speaking, it's sort of like him being vulnerable and looking at the reflection of a weak performance. No, I'm kidding. The fact that he is looking
he's just looking down the whole time. Come on, get back up.
Turn blue.
I need you to be in the comments. Turn blue.
Yeah.
Manhattan's like, I got pills for these that are blue.
Yeah.
Dr. Manhattan is who they synthesized Viagra from.
That's right.
Oh man.
If you have a lovingly rendered blue penis for more than 4 hours, seek a medical professional.
Why be just a man when you can be a Manhattan?
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Manhattan. Yeah, I got the scene right here. Hang
afraid of war, afraid of the mass killer, and afraid of this goddamn suit and how much I need it.
Me too.
So it's interesting because he's tired of being afraid of all this. Even when he's admittedly done and he's retired.
Yeah,
right?
I'm more interested in the fact that she was predicting the future right there. Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Where do you think it started?
Mm-hmm.
From a damn woman.
There are definitely some things in this movie that are like, like predictors of what's to come. Like when in the beginning, when they're having the World War II, the famous World War II thing in Times Square, where the guy kisses the girl, and it's just it's a girl that's doing it this time. It's kind of like a what do they say, like a forebearer, like this.
Yeah, we're gonna retcon everything because look, we're gonna insert our characters.
Yeah, but it was subtle. It's like you didn't notice it. It was just kind of like edgy at the time, but it was really like one of those things, like an omen. It was like an omen to what was to come.
Yeah.
You thought it was satire. You were wrong.
They're testing the water.
So I do think that he affirms decency, right? He does have empathy. I
can't give him green on any word that contains firm in it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no.
But you can't give him blue.
Mm.
This stream is sponsored by Dr. Manhattan. His blue pills. So I think
be black pilled, be blue pilled.
Oh my God. If you need it. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
The power of the atom.
He said he was going to go somewhere and create life. I mean, we know how that happens. So.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah. You can afford to another planet there, John. Quite curious to see what you find. Any pink aliens, let us know. Call us. We're still on Earth. But I do think that this part of masculinity for affirmation is rooted in a matter of caring more so than any sort of domination. So I mean, I gave him a green for affirmation. I'm not sure if anyone opposes that. But.
Yeah, I'm not even sure about that because I mean he's scared of like himself and his dependence on wearing the costume and being that alternate character. Dan as Dan, he's not a real fan of himself. It's when he becomes Nite Owl that he actually has some balls and does things. But even then it requires someone else to kind of spur him along, and it's Lori of all people, who is one of the most dislikable characters in this whole fucking movie. But she's like, oh, I want to do that. And he's like, really? What do you think? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. It was just very timid.
Too.
Yeah. Half it did seem like he was kind of doing it just to get laid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he had to make it up, for having that premature ejaculation moment. He had to make it up somehow. Okay. Yeah. Well, let's go fight some crime or something.
Very true.
I mean, and it's despite the fact that his partner as far as principles are concerned, could have been a guiding light for him, and that's just not how he saw him. He just, he worked with Rorschach, but you get the impression that the whole time he was probably uncomfortable around him and thought it's like, oh, this guy's kind of crazy. And
yeah, he's a follower.
Yeah, is that moment where he straight kind of goes off on Rorschach instead of again, this was maybe what do you call it? A gift of foresight too, where you see Dan apologize. They bend the knee. He apologized to Rorschach after he kind of told him off. Like, people think you're crazy. Like, you're an asshole. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. And it's like, no, you're fine by saying that because, I think Rorschach respected the fact that you called him out, and it's okay if you guys are friends. That's fine. You're putting your friend in check, which definitely needs to happen from time to time. So,
which is why I've been on your case so much lately, Blue. I still love you.
Same. I'm listening to Leon eating nuts. So,
Jesus Christ, why do you keep fucking with your volume?
I'm not.
I'm fucking with it. No,
it's a nuts.
Somebody's been taking a blue pill again.
Well, I mean, otherwise he'd just be the collar loser.
Well, let's ever out.
The collar loser, not blue collar loser. So yeah, I mean, yellow then for affirmation.
Yeah, I think he's. I might even argue he's kind of yellow across the board, unless he's lower somewhere. I don't know if I'd give him green in anything.
Yeah. No, I have him yellow for inspiration and aspiration. Those were sort of like my immediate takes. But again, discussion wise, it potentially could get lower.
Who like?
What's that, Matt?
There's just nothing more frustrating to me in a man that like knows what to do, but is like, geez, what if people think things? And it's just like, you fucking pussy. This is the truth. Say the thing. Do the thing. It's like I can never get behind a guy like that. Pause. But I just like it always bugs me.
Well, even
plus he ruined owls. And owls are so fucking cool. Owls are way cooler than bats. And this dude, this pussy gets owls.
Yeah. don't owls kill and eat bats? I believe.
This is part of owls. Yeah.
Owls are they're highly predatory.
Owls are vicious birds of prey. They kill and eat a bunch of shit. I want an owl so goddamn bad, dude.
I'd say Harry Potter watched a whole generation of kids. They're great pets. No, the fuck they're not.
How's Patrick Wilson in this? So Patrick Wilson, I think this is actually one of his best acted roles. It's just that the character is kind of a mediocre character.
Yeah, he does a really good job.
He does a good job acting wise. Yes, for sure.
It does make sense so that he would be yellow across the board. I mean, given who he's going after, so he's going after yellow. That's all
true.
He wants.
That's true.
You want that black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
He's a big fan of B movie.
Well, also it's sort of like he goes out and finds a girl that's already been with a blue dude.
Ain't no way that relationship's lasting.
No, apparently, once you go blue, you do in fact go back.
It's like electricity.
It would be tough to like compete with Dr. Manhattan though, like over time. It's just like, well, when I was dating Dr. Manhattan, he used to triple team me with 3 different versions of himself. So what are you doing?
I mean, imagine being with a guy that you can have a gangbang with and stay. You can literally have a gangbang with him and stay 100% faithful.
Yeah,
I know.
It's a rare.
I was just about to say like. She gets multiple orifice penetration and it's all
it's like every fantasy can come true. She's like, nah, I'm not having that because you just don't see me for who I am. I see you for who you are.
He knows how to find every silk sphincter.
Yeah.
Also, we'll talk more about her in just a second. But
the other thing is Dan is the emotional tampon.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
But you never want to be that.
But it is interesting when. And I love when he gets to this point.
Who murdered Hollis Mason?
I love the fact that I'm like, okay, Manda, who hurt us? Who murdered Hollis Mason?
Yeah, it's like there is a side to him that if you brought it out, he would be closer to a consistent green character. It's just it takes a lot to extract that. He has that alpha in him. I mean, you kind of would have to be a superhero, but it's kind of like Goodwin said. It's like he's more of a follower. Almost every time you see him acting as a superhero, even when it's not Rorschach and Silk Spectre, it's with the comedian. He's always with someone else.
Yeah, yeah.
He's always kind of he's kind of always the sidekick.
I was going to say he's the sidekick. Like it's and in a room with everyone there, he's at the tail end. I'd say for the most part, he's even behind Silk Spectre. I mean, especially when you've got the world's smartest man, then you got a deity there, and then you've got Rorschach, you've got the comedian. Like between the four of them going back and forth in a room, Nite Owl just falls by the wayside, and even Silk Spectre, she really can't say much either. Compared to
William Steven says we don't see that version of the theatrical cut. Well, thankfully we're reviewing the ultimate cut. That being said, Cindy made the grave mistake of watching the theatrical cut, and she still liked it. So just imagine how she'd feel about the director's cut.
Yeah, Cindy, the link I sent you, it's weird. It says like it's the time for the regular theatrical cut, but when you play it, it actually shows and plays the ultimate cut.
Well, it was
But
a little bit
it's
late
fine.
by the time I read your message that I was
Yeah,
I was already watching the movie.
Have you guys brought up just how absolutely crazy that this is Zack Snyder's movie? Like I know that that's well known, but it's just when you watch it,
Snyder's
you
actually
just-
a good director when someone else is writing. So
it's just like it's in
And
such
storyboarding.
insane contrast to the other things that he's done. Like what was that Dark Moon thing he did or whatever? That's
Rebel
definitely
Moon.
not
Rebel
Star-
Moon.
yeah,
Look,
like,
okay,
definitely not
let's talk about
Star
the good
Wars.
stuff. Okay, let's talk about
No,
Dawn
I'm
of the
just
Dead.
saying, like
What about
that's
Dawn of the
the
Dead,
same guy.
Powerball.
I'm saying that's the same guy. And you're just like, how is that the same?
Well, I mean,
said, like,
it's pretty easy. What did he do before? 300, a comic book that somebody had already wrote and storyboarded because it's a fucking comic book. So he just copies it. He does the same thing with this. Then what he's the other good movie he makes, the one where somebody had already made a fucking
Later,
movie.
Jacob.
What was the other good movie?
Dawn
And
of the
Matt-
Dead.
Dawn of the
Dead.
Dead.
Okay.
Dude, his version of the Dawn of the Dead is one of the best remakes ever made. It does,
No, it's good. It's fun.
It doesn't touch the original, obviously, because Romero was a genius. But in terms of you had like top 5 remakes of all time, I would throw Snyder's Dawn of the Dead in that list.
Yeah, it's
and
cool. It's good.
That's what we said, Matt. We're like at this point, in 2009 when I saw it in theaters, I'm like, Zack Snyder between Dawn of the Dead, 300, and then Watchmen. I'm like, man, guy's gonna prematurely, guy's gonna do great things in the future. Well,
Yeah.
I'll see about that.
If he wanted
But,
to do a good Man of Steel movie, he should have gone off an actual comic book.
Yeah,
dude, exactly. I think if he directed and went off a storyboarded comic like he had done twice already, could have made it thrice
And
times.
the worst part
then-
was he kind of tried to, because he included Doomsday in the Batman v Superman thing. Like he touched on things about it. but it was
The
like-
director's cut of that movie is actually a good movie.
It's not a good movie. It's
I
an
find that hard to
improvement, but it's still pretty bad. It is an improvement.
He's a great director. Like I said, Matt,
Is
I
he?
meant just to comment, huh?
You say
He has the capacity to direct a solid film.
Yeah.
I don't think
There
he's
we
ever
go.
done I don't think he's ever done a great movie. I don't consider
I
this
agree
a
with
great
that.
movie. I think he has two, maybe. Well, I haven't seen Dawn of the Dead. I've heard a lot of people say it's good, so I'm all
It's good.
granted. 300, I think, is okay. I don't
You
think
have
it's
to
quite
get over the fact
good.
that Phil Dunphy is a bad guy, though. It's a little weird. You're like, wait, the guy from Modern Family?
Hey, we
It is
forgot,
weird.
we forgot the masterpiece that's called Sucker Punch.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Thank you. For
I mean, I like
reminding me
that
about
movie,
that.
but not for the movie.
I watched it in prison. Guys in prison, they're all walking out like, you know what? Right, I'm going back to bed.
Yeah. God, I hope the guards toss my fucking cell today.
I should get years off my sentence for this.
Yeah, does this count as time served?
Trust me, all my prison showers are less painful than watching Sucker Punch.
Yeah, I mean, he's really a DP that somehow got promoted to being director, and that was a mistake. And then he decided he could write, and that was really a mistake.
Wait, did you see
Oh,
that
yeah.
zombie movie in Vegas? Man, that was so innovative.
Yeah,
Army of the
that's
Dead.
Army. Yeah, where he used a broken lens. He didn't realize it. Also, he had dead pixels in his fucking camera.
They also had robot zombies for some reason. Did you remember that? There were literally robot zombies in that movie, but that weren't explained. He was so arrogant. He thought they was going to make a cinematic universe out of this pile of shit.
Well, don't worry. He thought he was making the new Star Wars with Rebel Moon, and that worked out well. And so,
Boy.
It's like his Rebel Moon is so bad that you actually have to give a nod of approval to Kathleen Kennedy for turning it down.
It's true. It was the one
So
decision
bad.
she made.
Even
Yeah.
Kathleen Kennedy's like, nah.
My favorite part of Rebel Moon is, he's in charge of this fucking thing. He releases the one and he goes, no, here's the director's cut. Motherfucker, you were in charge of this movie the whole time. There's no need for we need to release the Snyder cut. Okay, that worked once. Stop.
Cannoli. Good
Then we
one.
get Rebel Moon
That's
Part
something we
2.
call Watchmen together.
That's right.
Can I read? Should I read that in the Rorschach voice, Cannoli? I'll do that for you. Good one. I once saw a movie called Watchmen Together. It's exactly what you think it is.
It's true.
Did he say that? Because that would be disappointing.
Yes, he did say that. He did say that. That is
I feel bad for
apparently
Dominic.
canon.
Yeah, you know that because he uses the same broken lens in both.
Oh no, he didn't. He didn't. Yo, talk about a tryhard, bro. Why don't you just like read a screenwriting book? You know what I mean? Spend your time doing that instead of imagining fake cinematic universes.
But he's edgy 15-year-old who's drawing Eddie in his high school notebook. He's so cool.
Oof. Boy, oh boy.
He's basically
it sucks because we're actually talking about one of his good movies. Like they actually did this one well.
Yeah,
because he's stuck to the comic book.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like what's interesting is even his style for the most part works well with this. I mean, it's really crazy.
Same
I
with
mean, granted,
300.
some of his Zack Snyder-tisms are present that do take the movie down a bit, but for the most part, his style fits this really well.
Yeah, I think a lot of that's more like in retrospect, like it gets exhausted because you've seen it so many times. But at the time, I don't think it really had that problem.
No,
I mean, I wasn't familiar too much with. I mean, I'd seen 300, so I wasn't familiar enough with him to know what his little quirks and stuff are. I never have really exactly thought this was great. I've kind of the issues I had with it now are pretty much the same ones I've always had. It's just now that I've seen a lot of his movies, I'm like, okay, now I see that this is in that movie. And it's like, okay, some of his, I mean, having Dr. Manhattan walking around with his schlong hanging out the whole time, it's like, that
so
feels very Zack
unnecessary.
Snyder. I don't know if he's ever admitted to being bisexual. I think he probably is. Yeah, he's,
Oh God,
he's
did you
very
see
much a
his
teenager.
animated show on Netflix?
I heard about it, and I'm like,
It is swinging dong in every fucking episode, and it makes no sense.
I was out.
I didn't
couldn't
see
do
that.
it.
Now I'm glad I never saw it.
Oh,
No, I
my
didn't know that.
Oh God, yeah.
I watched all of it.
Was like God's
funny.
Man or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's basically
Twilight of the Gods, I think
Norse
it's
Twilight of the
mythology
Gods, that's
through
what
the
it is.
lens of a 15-year-old edgelord who's fascinated with dongs.
I know, like I had heard about it, and I read like the IMDb like content advisory, and it's like got like gay stuff and like lots of stuff about men's dong thing. I'm like, Zach, come on, just say you like dudes.
Yeah,
We know.
yeah, come on, it's fine. It's fine.
Guys,
Come out of the
listen.
closet.
Yeah, listen, you gotta pump up those likes because if you don't, you're gonna get hit by a blue dong tonight
Yep.
when you least expect it. And if you like it, well,
And it's on you.
I'm sorry, but there's really only one thing to say. So,
My God.
yeah, did you know that about her son? I hope you did, but if you don't,
It's the
now you know.
80s.
Yeah, it's the 80s. So, but that hair though, those glasses.
That's why I knew it was the 80s.
Let's talk about the giant blue dong here, doc called Mr. Dong Hatton. If you haven't seen the movie and you don't know anything about the graphic novel, I just hit the audio out, but this is how it happens.
Yeah, that happened to me in the 80s. They gave me a topical cream and really cleared it up.
He had a hell of a subwoofer.
That's what's going to happen if you don't like the damn channel.
That's right.
Stream, same difference. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Like the damn.
Hey, Nick,
find
do you know the YouTube series Pitch Meeting by any chance?
Yes.
Did you ever see the one on Watchmen?
No, but I'm intrigued now.
I
Because love
I
this.
just sent you the link. If you scrub to 2 minutes and 20 seconds, there's a great little bit about Dr. Manhattan's blue dong. As an idea,
2:20.
yeah, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. It's,
Super easy. Barely inconvenience.
barely an inconvenience. I
Yeah.
did all the work for you. But I was watching that the other day, just totally coincidentally. But it's just
Yeah.
it's so because
Coincidental. No kidding.
it is one of these things where you're like, that's such a choice. Like, why would you do that? Like, do we have to look at his blue dick like half the movie? Like, and also,
what are you talking about? It's necessary for the story.
character wise, like, why wouldn't he wear some kind of pants?
It's comic accurate.
It's like Solomon Grundy the whole time. Please let me just have some pants.
This would be like one of those, like if I did like a review on it, I would constantly have like Patrick Starr coming in to like, look at it. Like, throughout the video.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you were just gradually moving away with humanity, would you yourself not also lose your pants?
I mean, I'm still very human. I lose my pants every chance I get. What are you talking about?
If I were blue right and luminescent,
Yeah.
maybe.
I'm inspired by Dr. Manhattan. I'm not wearing pants. That's why I'm on a standing desk right now.
That's
You're
why he
wearing
goes
that-
to Mars.
that
He's
song
like,
he
no one
was
will
wearing?
judge me for not wearing clothes.
That's right.
Okay, let's play this segment here.
And we're also going to have this guy with actual superpowers, Dr. Manhattan. And what's his deal? Oh, well, he's blue and he glows, and a lot of the time he's naked, you know, so we just see everything down there. What? Yeah, just all of it. We're going to see his thing. Yeah. Why would we do that, though? Well, they showed it in the graphic novel sometimes. Okay, but does that really mean we need to show it too? That's actually a very good question, to which the answer is absolutely yes, we do. It just feels like it's going to be a little distracting. You're saying that you'd be distracted if while I was talking to you, I was holding this thing up? Oh my God. I feel like most people are mature enough to not be distracted by something like this waving around. What? No, I'm mature. Okay, good. So anyway, this guy, Dr. Manhattan, has all these powers, right? Uh-huh, yeah. And one of his big powers is that he can see into the future. Oh my God. What do you think about that? Yep, that sounds great. Awesome. So anyway, Doc, hey, you mind putting that away? Oh yeah, of course. Thank you so much. So anyway, another story.
Wait a minute. I feel like they're trying to suggest that there's dialogue during those parts of the movie.
Yeah, last year he had 1 million subs. Also happy for him. Dude, he makes some funny fucking videos.
Oh
It's
God,
just
yeah.
so good, man. Yeah. I watch that shit just on repeat sometimes. He's just
Have
so
you
funny.
have you checked out his individual channel, like his personal channel?
Yeah. I see some of that
The
stuff,
one
too.
today he had about using AI to write emails. Oh my God, I was dying.
I
It's
didn't
a
see that
couple
one.
of buddies are like, I'm circulating it throughout the company now. Thank you.
He did.
Are
I
they as
saw
good
one.
as the obituary one?
Oh gosh.
I mean, Gord's
The greatest obituary of all time.
that was
Yeah.
magnificent.
Oh my God.
He had one today where it was about like buying something on Amazon, and it was like Amazon's recommendations, and it's like it's from the company Zoobot, and it's just like, is that a real company? Oh yeah, we have another one from the company Wasis, and you're just like, what? And it's like it's so funny because I was on like Amazon the other day, like scrolling through items, and it was just like, what are these company names? These are insane.
All this talk about dongs, I don't know how comfortable I am with his mouth being open like that.
Well, I listen. I almost did put the one with his
And the more important thing is he has a target on his forehead.
Oh my gosh.
Well, when you multiply yourself, you can do weird things, I guess, to yourself. Yeah. Listen. He's
It's
definitely
like
an interesting character.
the first thing I learned how to do was reassemble myself. The second, I sucked my own schlong.
That way I knew I could trust myself.
I had a threesome with myself.
I
Which is why you see the three of them with Lori.
It's not gay.
Sniper's dream. Dude, that AI song is top tier.
So
oh
good.
my God. So Dr. Manhattan is an interesting character because of the fact that he was once human, and the fact that he's a god or a man that has power beyond measure. And I think because of what his masculine depth is, he he often tries to find grounding, but as we know over time, he loses touch, and he's very detached from himself, from humanity, who John was, even though he remembers himself from the past, but also he sees himself in the future, and going away from what he was. In terms of his affirmation, I think, yes, while he is intelligent, he
is he?
Well,
because his big fucking
kind
insight
of,
is something that
but
a
he has
you
a lot
know
of
like
issues, yeah.
14-year-old would come to the conclusion of. Oh wait, then all these people had sex and all of these sperm, and the only way to create. What the fuck are we talking about? Is this deep?
It's kind of, yeah, it's Dr. Manhattan in a way. Because he's probably just conceptually, I think he's the most interesting character in the movie. The problem is Alan Moore wrote him.
Yeah.
And he kind of reveals a lot, because to me, it's like the thing that weakens the film is the dynamic between him and Silk Spectre.
Yeah.
I don't think it works really at all. I'm not even talking about the romance aspect. The thing that kind of brings back his attachment to humanity being her, and I'm like, why? It's like there's really nothing in the story I feel like that ever justifies that, because I'm like, if she were a better character, maybe, because he has this kind of internal revelation that she's kind of miraculous and everything. I'm like, she's just a whore. Like, what's the big deal with her? And yeah, it's like a lot of his characteristics when he's more godlike are not all that insightful. He's saying things that sound interesting, and I think Billy Crudup's doing a great job performing him. It's just, it's not as insightful as I think Alan Moore thinks it is.
Yeah. I think it's the you can't write characters smarter than you, and
the
more
whole
kind of
thing
runs
has
into
that kind of tone. There is there's like not, I want to say a smugness, but a kind of like undeserved like vindication, just like that aged terribly.
For the sake of what he tries to convey, and even where he says, look, I want to talk more about the scene in general a little bit more. Even though it's not necessarily like a masculine scene, but I think the idea behind it can have masculine points. Is his entire time on Mars, when he goes there by himself, and then when he brings Laurie there later on, because he says this red planet is far more interesting than your blue planet. Look at everything is at peace here. What good does a shopping mall and an oil pipeline bring to this planet here?
He says flying around in a thing he created. So
right,
again,
yeah,
way to undermine yourself there, Doc. I mean, it's the look at me, I'm smart, except the guy writing it isn't smart enough to pull it off, and so it just sounds juvenile in a lot of ways, right? First of all, he's outraged because Laurie has gone and slept with Dan, and I'm mad, bro. You remember Janie?
Just said you were gonna say that.
You remember Janie, the one that you cheated on with Laurie?
Oh, he's a hypocrite.
Well, is it that he's a hypocrite, or is it that Janie kind of betrayed him?
No, he left Janie before.
No. Well, hold on, because like I do kind of wonder if maybe like there was a sense of resentment that Janie didn't stick around to watch him die. She just basically said, "I'm sorry, I'm out," and then she just left.
Right, because she couldn't see the death of whatever. Anyway, he's with her.
The girl's defending cheating. Let's hear her
old. Janie gets old. Yeah. And all of a sudden he's like, "Oh look, young hot thing is looking at me," and now I'm outraged that someone older.
He sounds awesome. I don't understand your point, Jay.
But what I'm getting at is like, I feel like there's more to what's going on. Like, is it that he's afraid that Janie is going to age and die without him, and it's just kind of highlighting even more how different he is from her? So he drops her for a younger model, so he doesn't have to worry about it temporarily.
Okay,
and
so he's going to drop Laurie, which means what the fuck is he worried about her cheating around? All right, I'll just go find a younger one to replace you.
I don't really think he's worried about it.
He is, because he says you're the only thing that's still connecting me to humanity. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, and he has that kind of emotional outburst at the press conference when he's confronted with the possibility that he gave like friends and loved ones cancer. But it would almost, I think that if he wanted to, write a better version of Dr. Manhattan, he shouldn't have even tried to come off as all-knowing. He should have tried to come off as a man who is seeing things, far different than he used to.
Right, struggling to deal with it, and yeah.
Listen, I gave Manhattan red all the way down.
Yeah, I can kind of understand that and everything.
Yeah.
It sucks because I think Billy Crudup's one of the more underappreciated aspects of the movie for how he performs it. I think he does a great job in this.
I agree.
But yeah, the character, as interesting as the concept of Dr. Manhattan is, it's not. It's one of the biggest weaknesses of the entire movie.
I mean, I would push back. I mean, I agree that it's red all the way down. I'd push back that's a bad thing, because it goes back to the joke I made earlier about, oh, is it really cheating on him if marriage is a man and a woman? Again, I would go back to he's not. It's always been my interpretation of the film when I've seen it. Maybe I'm wrong, but the dude has kind of ascended past what we conceptualize as being a man. So the idea of our humanly, view of masculinity really wouldn't apply to him in a lot of instances, and that's what makes the character interesting. So yes, he should be read down the board, but again, it's intentional from a character perspective. So I think
I actually don't necessarily disagree with you that the moral aspect, that's not in and of itself bad in the character. It's the way he writes him from an intelligence perspective is, I think, wildly inconsistent, because it kind of feels like more trying to have his cake. He's trying to have his cake.
Analysis on that, absolutely. I just don't. When you said
it's a flaw in the movie that he's
exactly,
you said it was unfortunate after we said red down the board, and I was like, well, no, I don't know if it's unfortunate it's red down the board from a masculinity perspective, but that's not what you meant.
Yeah, in masculinity wise, yes. I mean, and I feel like Dr. Manhattan could have been written entirely better had a smarter person written his.
Yeah, it could have been a much more interesting character, but no.
Yeah, exactly. Like Jack says,
take a philosophy class,
smarter.
Alan. Jeez,
this conversation would have mattered because they would have found a better reason to keep him tethered to the earth.
Well, or that he leaves because he recognizes that he's become a crutch for the country, and basically the get out of jail free card, the cheat code. And he's like, no, I need to leave humanity to solve shit on their own, because I'm essentially like stealing agency.
Yeah,
or it's the same kind of thing you would have with Superman.
You let an old sparrow do it for you.
Isn't that what he struggles for? Because he keeps trying to be a human, be tied to the human race, but he's not human anymore, and doesn't have like this character arc. And why
does he try? Because he doesn't ever seem to really try.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like part of him wants to be still tethered to the earth and so people, but he doesn't have a purpose to. Like, he doesn't need to. That's. You know what I mean? It's like,
I guess it's like what the problem is on a writing perspective is he's like, the idea I think Moore's going for is that he is somebody who's he's a man who's increasingly becoming detached from humanity because he sees things very differently. It's like, okay, that's a really interesting and novel idea. It's just that's not really what he's writing with him. He's writing someone who is already in this godlike state, and every time he has these appeals to his attachment to humanity, it feels completely artificial. Like it doesn't seem real at all.
Yeah. And we'll kind of do a little transition between this character and the next character that we're going to talk about, because there are, again, talking points here between what Manhattan could have done to intervene or again to show he cares about humanity, but he doesn't.
Based?
Yeah, listen.
That's not based.
I said that with a question mark.
You could.
Rossi, that clip was for you, by the way, because you remember when you had a problem with your face? It's like my face. But don't.
There's a lot of talk about faces in this movie. I'm just not realizing it.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the comedian's response to him when he's like, "But you killed this when she was pregnant," or whatever. And he's like, "You could have turned the gun to glitter or the bullet to butterflies and all that, but you didn't." But that's also like a comment on like the shit that comedian has done in Vietnam, because he's like, "You could have solved this shit real quick."
Yep.
You could have turned the gun into steam, the bullets into mercury, the bottle into goddamn snowflakes, but you didn't, did you? You really don't give a damn about human beings.
He's such a good actor.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he is.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I'm a big fan of him. And then look, I there was a person. He was I should say he was the character or the actor that I wanted to be Nick Fury in the MCU.
Oh.
Yeah, that would have been a great
He would have
cast.
been
Yeah.
phenomenal. You know, and again, I think
Although then he would have eventually had to do Secret Invasion. So
yeah, well, maybe with this huge reset, there's a chance. You know, with Black Magneto. Apparently,
Let's not talk about that as though that'd be a good thing now.
Yeah, right. I'll save that for the future, which hopefully doesn't come to fruition. But yeah, like Dr. Manhattan has the ability to stop a lot. Like to your point, Goodwin, like you know, he could have just ended Vietnam real quick. He could have just gone over to Russia and been like, no more nukes. No more nuclear possibilities for you guys. We're gonna and not kill a single soul. He could just be like, I'm gonna take these. If you try to stop me, which you can't, but you will die, and just remove them and go, look, this is what it is. I'm trying to keep peace. Don't sit here and try to attack us, because if you do, I'll stop them. But there's the chance of saying, well, if they launch 50,000 nukes at us and Manhattan stops 99% of them, that one that still gets through could still be catastrophic. But I feel like because he's just written so imperfectly here that could have been a likely situation. But the same thing happens based on the movie edition, where he doesn't. He gets beat with some tachyons, and it's just so ironic that it's the thing that he's helping Veidt build, and that's the thing that he gets Uno card reversed on. So, Vex, how you doing, girly? You seen? Well, hold on. Malin Ackerman wore. Sorry, whore that suit.
Wore that suit for it. It's like the one good thing about her in the movie. It's like she's great looking woman, can't act at all.
That's true.
And again, somehow her mom looks hotter.
Yeah.
Also,
dude, that's not fair. Carla Gugino, though, that's hard to live up to. That
I can't help it if she got the bad genes, passed down. But
Carla Gugino is one of those women who's like, oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah, even the younger one has to go, no, I have to wear latex instead of showing actual skin like somebody else.
Yeah, I remember as a kid
She
seeing
wouldn't do a
Son-in-Law for
better
the first
job.
time and be like, "Who is this?"
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's like, well, she just does a great job. There's some great moments too when Hollis Mason calls her later before he dies,
Yeah.
and she's like, "You've had my number for 40 years, and now you call." It's like, what are you implying?
You know what she's implying.
Oh, yeah, she ain't implying. She's straight up saying, "Come on."
Took you long enough. She seems open to the option, though. So I mean.
Oh, she is.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah, exactly, Vex. She still looks good at 54. Chat has been vexed. Vex, you missed a lot of conversation about blue dongs earlier, but
Also, Vex, she has a small cameo. Well, not cameo, but like a bit part in Justified for like an episode. Gosh, she looks good in that
Good
episode.
whaling.
Holy freaking crap!
How about that?
Thank you for the 2-month membership, my dude.
Well,
Every day. No, it's probably the titties. Now you're a mile. Oh my, oh my, oh my.
I just needed to say that.
Exactly.
Not
There's
because
no
Vex is here, not because
probably.
we're talking
It's
about titties
definitely.
earlier. Why would I care about blue dongs? I don't know.
If you like Watchmen,
if you like Watchmen, yeah.
Zack Snyder is making sure you will.
I mean, you watched The
Well-
Bride.
That sounded kind of exclusive there. Like, I don't know, Vex. I think you should be more inclusive to
there's
the
a
blue
big
dong.
dong in Nosferatu.
Smurf dongs
That's
matter.
true, yeah. Well, it's because it's not Nosferatu dong. That's why.
Not her.
Yeah, it didn't have enough, pieces falling off, and
Not enough failed
the
skin.
decomp needs decomp. The warm smell of decomp.
Plus the mustache too.
Yeah, oral.
And I saw that in theaters too.
I can't. It fell off.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's kind of like spears. Somebody's walking around with it wearing a necklace.
So I don't know who might have the comedian Edward Blake as their favorite character, but again, Jeffrey Dean Morgan aside, his character is man. Again, he's a bit smarter than Veidt gave him credit for, and even Veidt says that the comedian was right about humans. You know, so it's interesting that the world's smartest man again will credit someone who was keen and picked up on what Veidt was trying to do, and then therefore, well, I got to kill him now and toss him out the window. But which Cindy, was this your first time watching it?
I watched it like a long time ago, but it was in a really busy atmosphere. I think it was at a party, and I didn't get to pay like 100% attention to it.
I guess my quick question is, did you think that it was Adrian Veidt or Ozymandias that attacked and killed the comedian in the opening scene?
There's been no, I actually completely forgot about that. But like there's also been like a lot of spoilers on the internet. So I've seen a lot of stuff, like clips and stuff. So like even if I didn't remember it, I probably came across something that highlighted it. But no, I didn't realize that was Ozymandias.
That's a super chat.
Yeah, we do. We got a $2 from Mr. Rossi. I got staph infection on my face for Vex. # True Rob.
That's true. Once he heard she was into decomp, there he went.
Oh goodness.
Rossi, this one's for you. I promise, ladies and gentlemen, I do not have any Blue Dong clips. So I know some people might be.
Do I need to turn my camera on?
That's why I'm watching this from fourth here.
I have a second. I have a tab
open
below the desk. That would be weird. My face. Listen, comedian. Well, he sees the darkness of the world clearly, and we know he's a bit of a maniac, as we see in this picture here that I specifically chose from Vietnam. You know, when he lights the cigar with the flamethrower, and then proceeds to light a guy on fire who's already lost part of his leg. But it's war, and he obviously remembers in what he had to do in war. The women he had to kill, and we know that he shot a pregnant woman, point blank. In a bar after the war was over already. She was just trying to collect on that the child support. But he also killed children. And this is something that we know has actually happened in war that we've done before, but not us specifically.
And we were
America.
right to do it. Fuck them.
Me Lai. No. We as in the Americans. Me Lai was like a horrific massacre.
Well, why do you keep saying that you lie? And then you say that it's all Americans. Come on. Stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone who paid child support for 13 years. I relate to the comedian.
And I think the type of masculinity that he represents is more abandoned, and he just thinks it's all obviously it's all corrupted, because he doesn't believe that a type of virtue is possible, right? And I think he's a cynic. And again, he does represent this sort of violent masculinity. But he's kind
of the opposite of like Nite Owl, and I guess Silk Spectre to an extent.
100%.
Where they're the ones who they discover when they get into that fight again. It's like, gosh, we really missed this. He's constantly living it, but is kind of seeing. It's like he understands. Like, there's definitely a dark side to it, but I'm just doing it because I really like doing it.
Yeah. He's gonna
gotta respect someone who's in it for the love of the game.
Well,
that's like one of those memes going around where like Joe Biden, not even in the Epstein files, just bombing the Middle East for the love of the game.
I mean, I was a patriot. No, I'm just kidding.
The one thing about the comedian though is that it's clear he's fronting a lot of this shit, right?
Yeah.
This is like his personality in many ways is a coping mechanism, because when he first meets Lori, he's kind of doing his thing, but when Sally comes up and is like, how dare you, whatever, and he's like, you really think I would, stoop to that? Now, to be fair, yeah, we have some reason to think you'd be that kind of creepy motherfucker.
Kind of did,
but also that when he talks about like killing women and children or whatever, it bothers him. And and at the end, when he realizes what Vite is going to do, right, that's really tearing him up, because he's like, yeah, I understand what he's doing, something. We're talking about millions of people.
Yeah.
Right. And that's something that's weighing on him, right? That he can't. He's, again, it's kind of a false bravado of the, look at me, I can do this, and laugh at all. It's a joke and all that, but it's not. It's eating him up.
Yeah, right. And I think there's a couple different scenes, and I think talking about the comedian is one of the big best parts about this movie, because of what he endures, and again, he's not perfect by any means. Obviously he rapes Sally, right? Yeah,
he's not perfect. He rapes, like,
well, I mean, like,
he doesn't though.
Look, if I know anything,
we already said the other bad things he's done, but I'm just saying,
as Boogie 2988 said, at least he believes in something.
But she also goes back. I mean, like, back to him.
What he tries to, but they stop him though.
Yeah. Hangman beats
and that's why it's like such a great concept, because that later on with Dr. Manhattan, it's like, you were born out of something so horrible. That's what I'm saying. But like, that's the weird dynamic with this character. Yeah, he's helping her father, but he's fucked up.
I like that. That should be redundant. It should be implied that. I mean, I don't know if there's such a thing as a perfect rapist.
Well, to be fair, if you've been successful in 100% of rapes,
you're pretty perfect.
Yeah, we came together as a nation to form a more perfect rapist. That was what we were trying to do.
You could say you're a fan of.
Well, listen, it worked for him in Vietnam, but it didn't work here in America, so he failed.
You're in perfect.
Ridiculous. He is cynical. He tells Ozymandias, he's like, the first Watchmen didn't work. It's not going to work now. He's like, human beings have been killing each other since the dawn of time. He's not wrong.
Oh yeah, I got to see him for
Justice matters. Justice is coming to all of us.
Like, he just goes on that rant where it's like, once the nukes start flying, we're doomed. Like, this moment has been waiting to happen, But I think that's sort of what, at that point in time, that's where he lights the map up, and it was sort of like this metaphorical inclination that this is what's going to happen here because of Vite. Like, he already kind of knows what Vite might be planning or what might be happening. And the moment, when there's the riot scene, like, and he's shooting people with the shotgun, right? Or like, it's with the riot, right?
Yeah, with the.
And he says, like, what about the American dream? And he's like, this is the American dream.
This is Detroit. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing about we're gonna create the Watchmen, which is a reinvention of the Minutemen.
Minutemen, yep.
What he recognizes is, because first of all, he's like, who's gonna believe this? You smart guy? Because again, you can't be smart enough, and humans are gonna human. He's gone very black pill in realizing that what they've done is futile. Right? We can get Moloch, and we can get the occasional supervillain bad guy do that, but the problem is people in general. There's always going to be war. There's always going to be conflict. There's always going to be the strong taking from the weak.
Yep.
You can't stop it.
Yep.
That's why he drinks, and I can relate.
Well, this scene is very, very strong, but also it's a very impactful for both. More so for the comedian, but the fact that it involves his arch enemy, right? His greatest rival or whatever with Moloch.
Here I am, spilling my guts to one of my arch enemies. The truth is, you're the closest thing to a friend I got. What the fuck does that say?
What does that say when he's sitting on the edge of the bed with his arch enemy, who's scared shitless right now because here's a drunk comedian. And he's
but the thing about Moloch or any of the villains, like the super villains they fought, is it's organized, right? Yeah. There's a central locus that you can go to and go, okay, if I get this guy, then it ends this. You can't do that when it's just in human nature to do these things, right? That groups of people are always going to do this. There's no here. If I just stamp out the head of this, it'll be done. Nope.
Yeah. And then once that's kind of why everything that happens makes that opening part really heavy, because he's already on to something and has an idea of what's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. And so it's sort of like what he's doing almost kind of seems meaningless. And then here we go, boom, someone breaks in.
Well, I got to say, though, I mean, he's so concerned about ending war, and he didn't even try to get rid of the country of Israel.
I mean,
if you wanted to get rid of war,
Edward Blinken,
you could start there.
Well, at this time, since it's 1985, you have to worry about some other people with a lot more nukes.
True.
Yep. Damn Soviets.
That would be funny if those were his last words. It's the Jews.
Yeah.
It's the Jews. And he gets tossed out the window.
Rorschach's like, I've been saying, why does anyone listen to me?
Roman says the comedian lacks the moral black and white of Rorschach and the control of Nite Owl. He acts on his base, darker impulses. So.
Yeah, the problem is that even his darkest impulses can't compare to what humanity does.
Yeah, that's me. If he's doing things because he just doesn't give a shit. Like when he figures out Ozymandias' plan, he doesn't try to stop him. He's just sitting there just drinking, watching TV. Like that's why he defends himself from being killed. He tries to, but like he doesn't try to stop him. Like fuck it, I know what you're gonna do. This is the big joke of like what you're doing is like humanity is doomed. He doesn't even care anymore.
Well, I mean, like, it also kind of has a sense of futility. Like, he's given up. There's nothing he can do.
Exactly.
Right. As I'm saying, like, it's sort of like, what's he going to do now? Like, no, he can't stop him. And, well, I do think that he might have been able to put a plan together and maybe convince, Rorschach or Nite Owl or something. I don't know if he would be able to even approach Dr. Manhattan and tell him, but yeah, I mean, it's
okay.
It's
well,
true.
yeah. Again, his choice is I try and mess with Bite and stop that. In which case, the U.S. and the USSR nuke each other, and here we go. Right? Or what? Right? That I know about this, and the joke is that essentially Adrian is playing a joke. Right, that Ozymandias is going. I basically pulled the wool over their eyes and look at this, haha. Did a little misdirection, little magic trick, and that will somehow work. But he knows better because again, the idea that Adrian's like, I'm so smart, I can figure out, how everybody, and then I can bring peace. And he's like, this is the joke. There's no right way to play this, right? Either millions of people die because of your hubris, or everybody dies because of the situation that's going to happen regardless, right? Between the U.S. and the USSR. And so he's just kind of screwed there, right? I think the best that Adrian does is delay the inevitable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So would you say in terms of his affirmation that it is red or yellow?
Probably yellow.
Yeah, probably yellow.
Because he doesn't even believe his own bullshit anymore, right? Towards the end.
Yeah. I mean, well, it's like Waylon just said too. Like he's trying to sober up. Like it's like if this is the end, or maybe that there's some way of stopping this potentially, then maybe he can change. Maybe he saw Rocky, and if Rocky exists in that universe,
Well, 85. I'm not sure that Rocky IV would come out yet.
Oh yeah, you're right. Well, unless it's an alternate universe and it already.
But if he had heard that speech,
I can change. You can change. Yeah, okay.
So, comedian's the original Rocky IV. I'm just kidding. He's not. I don't want to put that on.
No, don't put that hate on.
I mean, he is drinking tea, but I mean, again, he's just sitting around, just smoking a cigarette, watching TV. He's not actively trying to stop anything. Because I always took it as like he's like, I just give up. I'm just waiting until eventually Ozymandias comes to kill me because I can't stop it. So I'll just sit back and enjoy it while I can.
You know what the thing is though is probably could have stopped Vite from attacking is that he still had on his robe. I think if you just gone full nude like Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah. You gotta let the dong fly, and then he'd be like, all right, hold on.
Because at that point he'd be like, haha, Vite, you're gay, and then Vite's homosexual, and
exactly
at that point. So
I don't know. I think as Rorschach brings up, he suspects that Vite is gay.
He does say that though. He does.
If they had fenced instead of
he goes, Adrian Vite, possible homosexual.
Need to look into that.
Need to look into that. What's up, Isaac?
I don't need to look into that. Stop.
Shout out to Isaac for hitting a year on his Gold Age podcast.
That's true. Speaking of people that are possible homosexuals.
Sorry, Isaac. Just kidding.
Spends way too much time with a naked Dr. Manhattan.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm just a fan, guys. What?
Yeah.
He just works for me. I just work with him.
I can't help it that I bought the lovingly rendered blue penis at Comic-Con. It was just there.
Inspirationally, I think he does try to turn. I think he tries to find some sort of inspiration, but I like who would want to be inspired by him though.
Excuse me.
No, he's not somebody you would
like.
Yeah, he's not an inspiration.
If you're trying to be the perfect rapist,
I feel like really only Goodwin might agree with this. If Sam Kinison became a superhero, he'd be the comedian.
That's true. See this? This is sand. You know what's going to be in 100 years? It's going to be sand.
Nothing fucking gross here.
Where the food is.
Blue would get that one as well. My bad. For some reason, I was thinking Blue was of a different age group.
I miss Sam Kinison. Fucking, how do you die from a fucking not wearing a seatbelt? Of all things to kill that man, like.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you would think that the cocaine would have made him impervious.
Saying,
but
like,
no.
I was gonna say if it wasn't the seatbelt, it would have been something else.
Yeah,
it would have been his wife.
I mean, even Paul Walker wore a seatbelt.
That's true.
Yeah, he's right.
All right.
Yeah.
I think me and Paul can no longer Walker.
Oh.
Aww.
Hey, he's
Too
coming back.
soon. Too soon.
Hey, he's coming back for next
I
movie.
think more importantly, the real loss was the portion.
Yeah, there's only like 100 of those.
Yeah.
I would probably say both inspiration and aspiration are red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not inspiring me. I took him as a tragic character, but what does he inspire? It's like he's not changing because he wants to change, because he's getting older. He can't do the same shit he used to do in his youth.
Well, I think he's going black pilled. That he's kind of going through the motions. He doesn't really believe in what he's doing, and he doesn't really take pleasure in it anymore.
What's up, Whitey?
Well, plus too, Jamie, in the conversation she has with Nite Owl, it's like once they banned superheroes, now he can't even be a superhero anymore. So he's got no purpose.
Yeah.
But you know who does have purpose? The smartest man in the world.
Adrian does have some purpose. Yeah.
Fight
He
power.
looks so weird with those goggles on.
He does.
That's a Nightwing goggles.
Ironically, like that's the same scene where
It looks like the woman
Jimmy
from
does the same thing.
Weapons. It looks like the witch from Weapons.
Huh. Wow.
Remember her with those big giant glasses?
Actually, I think
I forget that movie, but
if you look around
I
the
like that.
eyes, I think that's actually the Alan Moore cosplay set, because you got the bags and all that, and it's very dark. This is the baggy-eyed Bolshevik look.
I definitely enjoy talking about Ozymandias, and to your point, Liam, when you said earlier, he's
my favorite
your
character. Yeah.
And I think with Adrian here, the type of masculine that he has is that I think he believes that his intelligence and foresight justify everything, and I think that meaning that he should have or be the one to invoke absolute control for the future of the earth, and everyone there on the populace. But I think that his moral collapse that he does have also reveals how like a masculine leadership almost becomes a little like tyrannical when he sacrifices
Toxic masculinity.
I mean, a little bit.
I was just asking.
I mean, he is possibly gay, so
Yeah.
you know. So, but like, it's like saying at the end when he confronts, or I should say when he's confronted by everyone, but even Dr. Manhattan is like, wow, he's not wrong here. I can't condemn or condone.
One kind of the genius of his plan is the fact that he enacts it before they can stop it.
Yeah.
35 minutes
He's
beforehand.
backed them, and he's backed everyone to a corner where it's like, okay, well, it's already done. You can't actually stop it from happening.
Right.
So
what you can do is salvage it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and obviously, I do think that he affirms discipline. He does have a sense of bravado and like an excellence sort of.
Well, he has arguably
like
a greater
costume.
God complex than Dr. Manhattan.
100%.
I mean, Dr. Manhattan's closer to, at least
power,
powers wise a god.
simplicity.
But he has a God
Ozymandias has
complex.
much more of a God complex.
Would you think he has like a megalomaniac? Maybe to a certain degree.
Yeah.
I mean, he is the smartest
Yeah.
person on the planet, so kind of.
Yeah, he thinks he
justified,
could
but
cure humanity by killing millions of people. Yeah, that's megalomaniacal.
It's also cliche. I
Freaking
mean,
Bill Gates over here. What the hell?
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
in his own fucked up
He's not
mind,
trying to give an STD to his wife. So
he's trying to be the hero, though. It's like the whole every villain is the hero of their own story.
Yeah, I mean, he is following his own moral code,
Hmm.
and doing it at a level where he is making hard decisions that other people wouldn't. Right. And so, you kind of look at Rorschach and go, okay, Rorschach would be the guy that, yeah, I'm going to kill the pedo because that's correct. Ozymandias is like, I'm looking at humanity as a whole and saying that these are the necessary things to shock the system and give everybody a different enemy to point at instead of each other. Right. And it has to be something off Earth, right? Not of humanity. And in the graphic novel, it's giant squid, which is kind of stupid. Or in this one, it's Dr. Manhattan, which is, again, makes a lot more sense because then you remove the crutch that the U.S. is dependent on to kind of swing its power around.
Yeah, he doesn't have a giant blue dong to swing around. So
that's true. Yeah.
Right, enough's enough with that giant blue dong. We got to do something about that.
you need
That
to
means
take a
millions
shot
got to
world.
die.
Yeah.
We got to deal with it.
Yeah. Well, I think the sacrifice is worth it.
yeah, yeah. So I would probably
They all have a memorial, and it's this giant penis.
Yeah.
All their names
It's
are wrapped
it's
around
like
it.
a blue flame comes out of it, like the
It's
eternal
like
flame.
the Stanley Cup.
Just a
Everyone's
giant
name is
blue
engraved on
cock
this
with a
huge blue penis.
blue flame coming out of the top.
Yeah, the we will not forget, and it's the millions of names all on one giant blue dong.
Oh my god. It's another trick that Adrian Veidt pulls over everyone. They don't realize the what it looks like.
By the way, and one bit of credit to Matthew Good. There was a good amount of people who did not like his casting. I thought he nailed it. I know, like, looks wise, he's not like this super jacked dude like he's kind of presented in the books and everything, but I actually really like Matthew Good's performance in this.
Yeah, it manages to hit the very small range that he's capable of acting. I mean, there's a certain amount of like detached. Ozymandias should be detached.
Yeah.
That he's viewing things, and again, he looks back at pharaohs and Alexander the Great. There's a reason he chooses Ozymandias.
Also possible
the look upon my
homosexual.
works and despair. Also, yes, possibly homosexual. But he's taking kind of the classical view of things and applying it to current reality. And so that detachment is like, it's not out of passion, it's not out of rage. In fact, it's care. He says that he made himself feel the deaths of all of these people, and then when Nite Owl starts swinging on him, he doesn't fight back.
Yeah, he just takes the punches.
Yeah, because again, he's like, yeah, I should feel pain for this, but it's a burden I'm willing to carry. Now, I got some real questions about whether you should have ever thought you were qualified, but that again, from his motivational standpoint, it all makes sense. And he's not just, again, he's not Manhattan, who just, I don't care about humans anymore. Might as well just live on a dead planet because life is just like death and shut up.
Yeah, I mean, I do think he does have some affirmation. So I initially have a yellow for him.
Yeah, I mean, again, he recognizes a problem and is doing what he can to do. He's really a mirror of Rorschach.
I was gonna say, I actually think that this is more one of those cases where, remember how we taught, well, it's come up on several episodes now, how even villainous characters can be green, because I mean, think of it like a D&D alignment chart. If you're lawful evil, you're still following some sort of law, even if it's an amoral law that is. So like, I think that
he
this
doesn't believe he's being immoral.
Right, exactly, and
True.
by following that, conviction and whatnot, I mean, once again, I think the mirror to Rorschach argument is brilliant. I'd say he's green down the board, even if it's twisted and inverted.
Yeah. He just. I mean, he believes that he's doing the greatest good.
The greater
good. No one else will do it, so he has to do it.
Well, nobody has the power to.
No, Dr. Manhattan has the power to do it.
Not really, because Dr. Manhattan may or may not. Right?
Dr. Manhattan might have the literal power, but he doesn't have the.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like he has the literal power to do it, but that's what Vite uses. Vite uses the same power that he has and nukes all the cities in the world.
Right, but what he does is nuke it, but he uses a power signature that's similar to all this stuff. But again, that Manhattan doesn't have the moral power. He doesn't have the moral, compunction to do it.
Sure.
He doesn't. He doesn't have that strength. He doesn't care about humans. Ozymandias does.
Yeah.
Yeah. It means it is an interesting comparison. Like he's. I mean, I know he says it. Like I killed millions to save billions, right?
Yeah.
But that same argument. That's why Manhattan's like, you know what? You're right, and that's what we're gonna have to have the people believe. And I'll take the fall for it, and I'll just get out of here. So it makes
he didn't give a fuck anyway. He was ready to leave humanity anyway.
But because he didn't give a shit, he's just like, all right, well, I'm out. So I'm gonna go to Europa, and put Vite there. In a bad TV series, but
oh god,
poor Jeremy Irons. Why?
I know, man. Like, if nothing against Matt Good in this movie, right? But just imagine Jeremy Irons in this movie.
Yeah,
I think it would have been even better. Like that was the one problem that I had about the show, is the fact that Jeremy Irons got stuck.
I think the show kind of shows a more venal Ozymandias. I think this one you really do need kind of that dispassionate, disconnected, where he's like, these are already decided things, right? I'm already 5 steps ahead of you. And so this is fait accompli, right? I'm not some shitty supervillain who's telling you my master plan where you could actually affect it. I'd already pulled the trigger 35 minutes ago.
Yeah, that was a cool twist on the whole villain monologuing thing.
Right.
Yeah, and it's like Wiper said earlier, like cool, you have a villain who isn't a complete imbecile and still execute his plan flawlessly.
Yeah.
Like,
and again, does not villain, believe that he's the villain.
I know, but I'm saying like I know he doesn't think he is. I'm just saying like from a perspective of like, bad guy knocks off his plan. And then here we are. Millions die, but I did solve a rat problem.
That's true. I mean, he didn't hit New York, so
yeah.
He at least took out the right places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we'll say green then for affirmation, eh?
Yeah.
You earned it, buddy. You earned it.
Yeah.
Good job, Adrian.
I was hovering around yellow, but when I saw New York, I was like, you know what?
Yeah, that did it for me.
All right.
Wait, New York and LA. All right. Well, now you have my vote,
over here
sir.
thinking like Goodwin got his wish, because probably
Hovering in Blue Dong territory there, Ozzy.
28 days later, it's conversation. So
yeah,
just whip out San Francisco. Come on.
Yeah, Vite was like, no, there will not be no 28 weeks later.
No,
if he didn't wipe out San Francisco, then Ozzy is gay confirmed.
That's true. That's true. Rorschach could just cease his
investigations. Do it, could you?
Yeah.
Give the people an existential threat based on a manufactured slash.
Yeah, I mean, it's the noble lie.
Yeah,
and the thing is that there are many cultures that are built on we all agree on this lie. We believe in it whether it's
like
true or not.
Landing.
Well, like again, with the you need to believe in something whether it's true or not, right? And then and that this thing is the noble lie that you do. The problem is with noble lies is you really can't have people knowing that shit.
Yeah.
Manhattan's like, what's that? It's a remote, you idiot.
Hey, so definitely in history, governments and their lodge their citizens. Never happened.
Yeah. Some of you may die, but
Yeah.
that's the price I'm willing to pay.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least it's in the movie. And
It's not some stupid,
Yeah, because I feel like, and that was one of the arguments I had 17 years ago. I was like, well, people have conspiracy theories against aliens already, that they don't exist or that they do exist, and so like, how is that gonna hold over time? As we said earlier, like Manhattan is something that the world knows is real. He's a human, or was a human.
Well,
but
and he's got his thumb on the scales on one side of the balance of power.
right. So the fear is there, but then obviously it's like, oh shit, he snapped and he even attacked America. So it's
well, you
it
frame,
is
you
a
could
smart
frame it
plan by
you could
by
frame
Mike.
what his actions through the lens of judgment, that he's did this to specifically so they would get in line. You could even frame it that way.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
man
He's asserting
like,
his power, and they're like,
Mhm.
all right, hold up, we can't have that shit.
So he's Hugh Jackman from The Prestige.
Nah.
Deleted. So what do you think about inspiration then? I mean,
I think he's green down the line.
Yeah, I do as well.
okay,
That's,
so yeah,
that's the problem with inspiration. Some people wouldn't be inspired by him, but that's the moral compass you have.
Well, so what I was gonna say is that the publicly facing.
Are we
very
quietly
inspirational.
making an argument that Hitler would be green down the line, though?
What do you mean quietly? Dude?
I haven't said a thing. I didn't say a
Mostly
word.
not because he fucking failed.
True.
His aspirations didn't
Wait,
quite
what's the
match
line?
up with everything else.
What's the line that Rorschach says?
But was he wrong, Jay?
I mean, he was the hero of World War II. He shot Hitler.
Hey, we know the comedian shot JFK, so
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Funniest part of the movie.
No, but I was saying, like, I do think he is inspirational, because of how he's portrayed, publicly facing, and obviously, like, people.
I mean, I would say that Ozymandias greens down the board for utilitarianism.
That's fair.
Right. I mean, if you
I'd
look
go
at that
yellow
philosophy,
for
he's
inspiration because he's gay.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to
give
do
him
that.
green.
Well,
Can't give
I
him
mean,
green.
well, he's unconfirmed. I mean, Rorschach has suspicions,
That's
but
true.
he hasn't been confirmed.
At least he stays in the closet. There's some.
Yeah, I mean, Rorschach doesn't bathe, so let's be clear. Let's
So straight, dude. He's so
flaws with
fucking
both.
straight.
Yeah.
He doesn't even touch his own balls.
Exactly.
And he has to leave.
That'd be sinful.
You have to leave, Cindy.
Yeah, I do. I'm so sorry.
No worries, no worries. Do you want to give us a quick rating for masculinity reasons? And then,
For masculinity. I don't know. I think I'd give it an 8. Like, I don't really know how
you don't have
to
to
judge it.
if you gotta go, you don't have to, like, if you want to message me and then I'll read it later. It's really fine.
Okay, yeah, let me do that. I have a slight emergency on my hands.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna have to
totally
let you
fine.
guys
That's you
go.
gotta go. Don't worry about it. I'll keep
All
it.
right.
But thank you for joining. I'm glad
Yeah,
you
for
enjoyed the movie.
sure.
Bye, Cindy.
Be good, Cindy.
Bye, Cindy. Take
You
care.
guys take
Hope
care.
everything's
Thanks
okay.
for having me. Yeah.
But yeah,
There's now like a cine-shaped blotch on the screen.
Mr. Vite.
White supremacy.
Vite supremacy. I was trying to remember that damn line that Rorschach says to
Which one?
to Nite Owl when they get to Antarctica and they're walking in his fortress.
I'll look out for it.
And because he says something about he goes, oh, like, if Vite wouldn't hurt anyone, like, he's like a vegetarian or something like that. And then he says something like
He kill us both in the snow and no one.
No, he says Hitler was vegetarian
Yeah,
also.
Hitler was
Yeah, because he's vegetarian. Yeah.
Yeah, because Hitler was also a vegetarian.
Yeah, that's why it's like Waylon, you brought up. It's like, well, Hitler was a vegetarian. It's like, well,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, well, plus Hitler was a fan of dogs. Must have been a great guy.
I have no complaints.
Watch the Watchmen.
Oh God.
The ending was a bit disappointing for Matt, but otherwise,
No, it's like I just turned that off before that happens. Like, that
No.
is doing so good.
No, I'm sure Stalingrad will go well. Let's just tune
Yeah,
into something else, see how this goes.
Worked out for Napoleon. It'll work out for him. It's
Yeah,
Our lady of the panel left to talk, and just as I wanted to talk about one
Fuck this bitch.
Femininity wise, yeah.
I mean, she does actually demonstrate classic femininity. She doesn't know what the fuck she wants. She's emotional and doesn't take responsibility for her decisions.
What color is whore?
Yeah.
Black and yellow, black and yellow. Like mother, like daughter? I don't know.
I think her mother would probably score considerably better than she does because
we're gonna talk about mom next. Don't worry. Don't you worry. We're gonna talk about Miss Sally next. But
so Jack
Lori-
brought up a like a counter to Ozymandias.
I think the issue is the source of his inspiration. It's only his warped beliefs as the smartest person alive, so he knows best, not an actual belief that it's based on morality. I give him yellow.
So it is based on a morality. It's just maybe not one that you and I subscribe to, but utilitarianism is the idea of you're trying to maximize the results for safety, freedom, whatever the hell you want to choose. And he's looking at it going, either everybody dies because the US and the USSR are going to launch against each other, or I kill a few million and save billions.
Yep.
Right. That's the bloody calculus that he's doing.
Yeah, and I mean there's something that I think when you talk about apocalypticism, it is really about a couple different things. Like it's hinted throughout the movie. Like Dan has his nuclear dream, right? Of the nuke going off with him and Lori as they're ripping each other's skin off to show their costumes underneath their epidermis.
He wants one last shot at those apocalypse.
Well, he didn't do well the first time. But it's obviously also with Ozymandias revealing his whole plan. Like that is like the centerpiece of apocalypticism here. Like he does.
Well, you have Nixon. I mean, he runs the okay, our first strike. What are we looking to? We'll get X percent, right? But there's so many tens of thousands of nukes on the other side that even if you get 99%, guess what? We're going to lose a lot of people.
I'm reading these traits you have here. Is emotional clarity really a trait of hers, especially after we put frustration, which would be a lack of emotional clarity?
She has. I think she has emotional clarity at the end when Dr.
When
Manhattan,
everything's gone to shit and she can't do anything.
Yeah, like I think
Yeah.
she realizes. I think she
some
realizes
spots.
it's the realization that she's kind of hid this like the truth about the comedian being her father, and sort of like she doesn't know the truth, and it's where she's like, I gotta get something off my chest, mom. Like I think that's the part for her that I think it is a redeeming quality of hers at the end. But I'm not gonna say that outweighs the rest of her actions or emotions, right? But I do think she has that at the very end of the movie, basically. But I mean, I think she has the courage to fight, even though she's a woman. And try to be a suited hero or vigilante. But I do think obviously like her lines with Dr. Manhattan, like again, like Dr. Manhattan being this being where it's like you can see your past and your future. It's like the whole line with saying, I slept with Dan. It's like, you slept with Dan. It's like, you just said I was good. Like, you'd know that I would tell you about it. It's like, well, I said often, it's like, well, dude, you're a piece of shit. But I do think she's the only tie. I know he represents, or he says and mentions that she's the only tie to humanity. And she's like, I don't want that burden anymore. Right. Like, it shouldn't be about that. But she also says, like, do this for me. Come back to Earth and protect Earth for me. Then, if you care. And then who was it that also says, oh God, what's the line? It's like he left on he went to Mars, and so why does he care? And it's like, it's because he left that he cares about you.
No. The line was get your ass to Mars.
Get your ass to Mars.
Get your ass to
2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
It's I think it's Dan that says that.
Okay, maybe it is. Yeah, I was like, was it Dan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because again, he's the emotional tampon.
Yeah. But that being said, like, yeah, like, I don't
She
think
kind of acts
has
like a
good
feminist.
ratings. I mean, yeah.
All right, I had to give up my career to be with you, and I just don't like this, but you're the only reason that I'm around. Well, I just can't handle that burden anymore. I need to go out and sleep around and do stupid shit. But also need you to come save everything.
Do you guys ever see yourselves doing femininity ratings and just take a step back and wonder what you're doing with your lives?
No.
Nope.
Sure.
I don't know. That sounds like a you problem.
But hey, you know what's funny thing is, you're actually the gay one if you don't like and subscribe to the channel.
That's
so, but hey,
Fuck, I need to unsubscribe.
you let root boy float. I don't know. That sounds pretty good.
Well, I think the biggest thing is, again, if you
We have
can't
masculine
understand
ratings,
what the feminine virtues are, then you're not going to have much success in hooking up in life and finding somebody.
Yeah, no, I initially gave her red all the way down.
Yeah, I'm kind of down with that.
Like, she just doesn't embody anything good to that degree. Whereas, like, again, mom on the other hand, she
Wait, is that her actual last name? I thought it was Jupiter.
Yeah, it's Lori Jupiter.
Jupiter because they're Polacks and can't spell their own last name.
No, her mom though.
Here we go.
Yay, this firecracker. She's for the streets. Yeah. A bit of a better female character here for sure. Now, I think what she endured and still kind of just is, manages to stay true to, like, she tries to protect her daughter. Even though I think in terms of like what the truth actually is, it's like, could that have prevented some sort of
She's kind of the antithesis of Lori. First of all, Lori is like this sheltered modernist bullshit, whereas she's like, you know what? Yeah, bad things happen. Sometimes good things come out of it, and that recontextualizes things, and you can deal with it. But yeah, she suffered. Lori would be like, "Oh my god, the barista got my coffee wrong," and then she's gonna go have a big tantrum and all that. Whereas Sally has seen some shit, and she's like, really, this is the worst fucking thing that happens to me today. I'm having a good day.
Yeah, she's actually gone through, like, Silk Spectre has gone through practically nothing. Whereas her mother has gone through some truly terrible things, but she never weaponizes her victimhood.
Yeah.
She looks to the positive aspect of it, which happens to be the daughter she had. I mean, she's able to forgive a guy who raped her,
my man,
because something good came out of it, which that's pretty awesome, to be perfectly honest. I might not
She's
necessarily
definitely
think
going
she's
Republican.
probably,
yeah, for sure.
She ain't gonna let them Democrats have their way with the abortion rule.
Yeah, she wasn't like
Roe v. Wade
Rorschach's mother. I should have had an abortion. Smacks him. When I saw Sally for some reason, I instantly thought of Lucille Ball and her wildlife. Well, yeah, I can see that. I'm surprised her mother allowed Lori to take up the Silk Spectre mantle, considering what she went through. Yeah, it's almost like might have been a bit of an insult to Sally Jupiter, and what she represented. I think her daughter should have done something completely different. New name, new hero, all that kind of shit. Honestly,
I mean, you already have Nite Owl too, right?
True, but that
was
also in the Minutemen. It's just like new Watchmen. So I mean, I know the comedian's the comedian, but it's the same person still, right? Like, these are two new people.
Her daughter is the Miles Morales of this movie.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh God, so sad.
Not on the pool table, Waylon.
At least not if the hangman's around.
There'd be more than one pool stick on the
Mm.
table there.
That's if Dr. Manhattan's in the room.
I wanted to say a
I see you
joke,
chopped
but
it
I
up.
refrained, and here
It's
comes
blue,
Gord. Also, what happened to Matt? Did he like actually dip out because he's gay or what?
I thought you kicked him as a joke, but then he didn't come back. I was like, oh.
No, I didn't kick him at all. No.
Ozymandias actually finally set off that nuke that we've been waiting for.
Wrong city, wrong time.
I think it's Austin. It's fine.
Ozymandias finally got Matt for his takes about John Wick.
Exactly.
Anyway, I do think she is a higher ratings here though than
absolutely.
her daughter. That's for sure. I initially gave her a yellow for affirmation. I think it's valid. Inspiration. I also gave her a yellow for.
Yeah.
Now red. Sorry, I have aspiration for red though, but I don't know if she should be yellow at this point.
I mean,
aspiration. Like, I mean, I understand like she functions as like a tragic consequence because of like the damaged systems in place. But and I know.
I mean, the fact that she took what was a pretty horrible situation and somehow turned it into a thing that she sees as good.
Right.
I mean, that's something that I'm not sure that you could guarantee you have within yourself to do, right? That's something that you're probably going to have to reach and strive for, something that you believe maybe beyond what you're capable of doing, and then attained it.
Yeah. I mean, especially by the end of the movie, I guess that conversation too, where, actually, I should say it's also when Dr. Manhattan is the one that's saying of the likelihood of the percentages of, what happened with the chain of events of, the genes fighting over one another for generations. And then, here you have,
right. There's never resentment against Lori.
Right.
Right. She does everything she can to try to, her and her new husband are having some problems because, he keeps bringing up that one time.
All right, man. Good to hear you're alive and not disintegrating.
Without Ozymandias, got you.
Yeah. I'd be okay with giving her a yellow then. I'm okay with that. The true black and yellow.
She's the true yellow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I love the scene. She's like, "Mother, you're drinking. It's 2 p.m." And
Exactly.
Yeah. Why aren't you?
That sounds late.
I had no idea. It was
for
Daylight
Alan
savings?
Moore, someone who hates objective, morality and whatnot in black and white, every single one of these characters except the comedian has been the same color straight down the board.
He's right.
It's funny you say that because we're going to talk about Hollis Mason. I know he's not in it for a lot, but I do want to mention him. Because I do think he does have, as the one of the original members of the Minutemen, he does have integrity. He does have wisdom. Man could still box even at his age, even when he's outnumbered. I think he does have a sense of humility to him, and he does have this sort of like quieter courage.
And a mentor.
Yeah, and he's a mentor to Dan.
Yep.
Being the first Nite Owl. So, and I know it's kind of hard to, gauge and judge and rate the characters. We've been down this path before, and I'm sure we'll be there again with these minor characters. That it's unfortunate that we don't see a lot of them, but when they're in the movie, it's like, what do they have to offer in the screen time that they have? What's their story about? What do we know about them? Based in this movie or comic book for that matter. But I do think that he represents an older form of masculinity, like, being from an earlier generation, where he was grounded in service, in decency, and has this like perspective on life rather than like some sort of like ideology, and he doesn't have an ego, and I do think he's I guess he's a pretty honorable vigilante, or was at that point, but like I think he still kind of carries that moral weight to him, and I think that's what he's trying to invoke to Dan, where it's like now I'm passing the torch to you, and he feels bad for maybe what has been handed off to his generation, but I do think that like the affirmation that he has is pretty honorable, because it's shaped by what he's lived through in life up to this point, and that he does have a sense of humility to him.
I don't know why this actor always reminds me of like a brother to Lance Henriksen.
To who?
Lance Henriksen. I don't know why he just reminds me of Lance.
Oh no, he does. There is a similarity.
Yeah, for sure.
In the way these two look. Yeah.
That being said, I don't know if I would say yellow or green, but maybe green.
I mean, yeah, I don't see. I mean, we don't see a ton of him, but what little we do see, I think, speaks well of his character. He's even doing the thing that you've got an older person who's passing down quality characteristics to a younger generation and everything. You could even argue in a way that not only is he like the inspiration for Nite Owl becoming Nite Owl, it's like I think he's kind of subtly the reason he gets back in too. Like we look at Silk Spectre as the primary motivation. She kind of lights the fuse in the sense that she gets him into a situation where they have to fight and everything. But I think a lot of the principles that he's able to maintain come from this guy. So.
Well, like, and there's the scene too when Dan is leaving, right, and Hollis goes like, or was it vice versa? Was it Dan that said like, "Hey, do you ever miss it?" And it was like, "You," and he's like, "Nah, not really." I'm like, "Nah." Like that's the type of question that that Hollis Mason misses it. Like he wishes he could be younger and still be in this position to throw down, to fight these gangs or these criminals and round them up, fight the villain or super villain or whatever it is. But he can't. He's like age has caught up to him, so like he's physically incapable of being as nimble as he once was. And like I said, he's got like it's like 4 or 5 of those pinheads, whatever they were called. I forgot, that break into his apartment and or his home, and you get some good licks on him, but he just gets outnumbered and then gets his head beat in. But I do think beyond the inspiration to Nite Owl, I think, yeah, you're right, Gord, where he does have the sense of inspiration across the board to, how many people did he inspire before that too? Like, I want to be like Nite Owl, right? Like, I think in a better-ish time, that's what you would want to be or seem like. So,
I mean, it's really only one of 3 of survivors of the original Minutemen, right? Because you've got
Until he
comedian,
dies, but yeah.
you've got well, I mean, because the other ones died, either while they were young, while they were still fighting, or they went insane and had to get sent to an asylum.
Yeah. Or what was it? What was the who was it that Cape got stuck in a revolving door?
That was Hangman, I think.
Yeah.
Mothman gets sent to the asylum.
Yep.
The lesbian got killed. Her and her lover with the big lesbian horse written over the on the wall.
Is it like that was ironic? Yeah, but it was Hollis, the comedian, and the original Silk Spectre, Sally.
Yep.
Dollar Bill.
Dollar Bill. Yeah.
Total ironic thing here, just to mention. You mentioned Dollar Bill, and I just thought of this, but what's her face? Malin Ackerman. She is in a show called Billions. If anyone's seen that show,
heard of it.
Good show, but there's a character that's like on the in the show called Dollar Bill. Ironically, I know, weird coincidence, but and totally unrelated. Hangman got incredible. Yeah. So I would give him a green for inspiration, perhaps. But I think maybe aspiration gets maybe a little less. I don't know what you guys think. I think obviously he's grounded in a masculine
this is
mold.
another character that like, again, you're right that
Yeah.
we don't have a lot of time with him, but once again, I think it's green down the board because of just the embodiment of the classical ideals of a hero that, frankly, this movie intentionally shies away from. But it's good to know it existed at least at one point or another in that universe.
Yeah, and I would say, like, at least from what we know, right? Like we there's no corruption that happens to him. Like there's no. Like,
That's what I mean when I say like the classical
self-deception.
hero. Is that, he remains
exactly.
he remains kind of the almost like a Marvel or DC
Agreed,
style
Jess.
golden era of comics hero to the very end.
Yeah, he's just aged out.
Yeah. So for the next character, kind of an interesting one, but I figured why not? We'll talk about him anyway. I was curious to see what you guys think about the Black Freighter sea captain.
Wow. Well, this is the ultimate cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know Goodwin and I were talking about it, but like, weird insertions of the comics. That
Yeah, this is shit.
Put in here, but
I mean, it's so easy to fucking see where it's going, and it's like, just stop, just get the fuck out of here, stop bothering me with this.
Yeah, but young Bernard didn't understand it.
Well, young Bernard didn't have a chance to think about anything because he got fucking nuked, along with old Bernard. So
That's what you get for wasting our time with all the clown nonsense.
Exactly.
I mean, this
I was
guy's
kinda with the top nods. Kick his ass. He's reading this gay ass comic.
I think the fact that this guy's taking spears, he's spearing great white sharks. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna make a raft out of bodies, and I'm shocked when sharks show up. How long you been on the sea, boy?
He's not known for his intelligence.
That's why I didn't put it in intelligence for one of his traits.
Yeah, this was just a waste.
Yeah. Obviously, I do not think that the sea captain is doesn't have any good affirmation, unfortunately. I understand, like, for a masculinity standpoint, like, I understand, like, he's desperate to find and get back to his daughter and his wife and daughters, right? But the lengths that he goes through, like, I mean, he's losing it. There's really no other way to say it. Man's out of his mind.
Well, he's drinking fucking seawater. I don't know why anybody's trusting his decisions after that.
Yeah, I'm like he should be in the insane asylum in Maine, but
I was disappointed that his crewman's head he didn't rename Wilson though. That was
oh god, who was it? It was Ridley.
Yeah.
There's another Ridley that lost his head too when it came to a movie.
Funny thing is, this is to me, this is the worst thing about the graphic novel. Also,
yeah, those were skip pages.
Yep, I did not enjoy any of the Black Freighter stuff in the graphic novel either. I was like, wow, we're really going into this thing. Aren't we? Okay.
This was Alan Moore's attempt to, I believe, this was something else that he had on the side, but added to it, and then, I know that he was trying to make some sort of weird comparison to.
I think what he should have done is if
Ozymandias
he could have showed the kid reading it and then released the actual Black Freighter comic on the side if you wanted that extra added context, but actually incorporating it into the graphic novel the way he did, I was like, gosh, this is really taking away from the story. It's kind of on the nose.
I remember the first time I read it, I was like, wait, why are we getting a comic within a comic here? Like this, why? I remember thinking that this should have been separated.
Because he thinks his audience is stupid, and so here, let me draw this very obvious fucking parallel. It's like, fuck off, Alan.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. It is one of the weaker parts of the graphic novel itself, but like just what he's trying to say with the sea captain here, I'm like, it's not. I mean, from a masculinity standpoint, it's not very high at all. Like, I think. I gave him red for affirmation and aspiration. Now, the one question I had was about his inspiration. Like, and he does have this determination, but because he is corrupted by fear, and this like
And seawater.
brutality and seawater and raw bird.
Raw bird's fine. That doesn't drive you insane. Drinking
what if-
seawater most assuredly will.
You know what that bird has, man.
It ain't got seawater.
What if it's drinking seawater?
But you don't
What
eat
if-
what the
what
contents of the
if-
fucking stomach are.
What if the feathers are?
Yeah, clearly.
Smoking
Well,
that
if you hate the
seawater.
feathers, that's on you.
Yeah.
You save those for wiping.
Yeah. Or vomiting. But yeah, I would say red for affirmation and aspiration. I don't know if I would give him.
I mean, I want to give Alan Moore a red for including this.
Yeah.
Is that the only reason you want to give Alan Moore a red? Because I give him a red.
He already chose red, so I don't know.
Yeah, I
I'm
was
gonna
gonna
give
say,
it
he's a
to him.
coffee,
Yeah,
that's enough to give him red.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to throw that in there for.
I'm almost considering just removing him from my overall ranking because like it's so fucking irrelevant.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
It was just more so a joke.
It's an ultimate cut.
Now listen, I like the fact that Gerard Butler voiced his voiceover. I thought that worked well. But
he also had the guy from Chernobyl that was
yeah, Jared Harris.
Yeah.
Did Ridley, I think.
Yeah.
Which
That was the only part where I was like, oh, and then he went away, and I was like, oh, that's too bad.
Yeah. He had like 2 lines, and like that was it. But there's a couple scenes I do want to talk about. Just a little bit more. So we didn't. I know we mentioned them, but I want to talk about the intro. And I guess more of the depth behind it. For Ozymandias and comedian and what has all kind of happened up to this point. I mean, we're talking about it with the comedian already, but one individual man is has his nose. He knows something.
Tonight, a comedian died in New York. Somebody knows why. Somebody knows.
So I think for the scenes here with the comedian's death, obviously because the masculinity within it, I think, is sort of already in this declined motion. But because there's this violence that we see here, I think the death of the comedian is signaling that this older order that had stemmed from the Minutemen to the Watchmen, about like this masculine power is collapsing because of Adrian Veidt here, and the fact that the comedian is on this path of somewhat of a redemption, but it's also him realizing that it doesn't matter, it's all a joke. In that I think strength without some sort of moral restraint here, it does become unstable and is self-destructive. And I think that's part of what Veidt does to a certain degree. And if it is justified, which we're going to talk more about his whole revealing his plans later as a scene. But I think what the opening does is it's telling us that power alone doesn't preserve some sort of like masculine legitimacy here. Like, there's more to it than what we see based on everything that's involved in what we see in the beginning, which I appreciate, the fact that the movie or the novel was written in this manner, but I think the significance of his death is weighs a lot because of Rorschach's determination, because he's like, who would be able to kill the comedian, like break in at night, some sort of like because he's having that conversation with Nite Owl later. It's like someone's gonna just break into the comedian's home and take him out, like not like that. That doesn't sound right. So this is some sort of robbery. No, it's made to look like a robbery, but it's not. There's something more to this, and Rorschach's on the hunt for it, but it's definitely a good scene. I think it is one of the more masculine ones because of what it entails. But Yeah, I don't know if you guys have anything else you want to maybe add to it or the significance behind it.
We'll say, Nick, I was noticed it the first time, and now watching it in 4K. I know Jay knows this reference. This reminds me of the film "I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker," because that's not Jeffrey Dean. This whole fucking fight scene, the stunt double was so goddamn obvious.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like it's to me, it's the worst fucking shit. The worst 5-minute sequence this whole goddamn film. It's so. I mean, watching in 4K on your TV, it's just like, oh shit, man.
Yeah, at least the stuntman playing Ozymandias has a covered face, so you don't have to see it. But
There is no way to suggest it's like, especially the nose and what.
You watched the last 2 parts of Lonesome Dove.
Who watches the stuntman?
Yeah, but I understand the symbolism. Like, yeah, it's just like the comedian. I mean, I always feel like he's gonna fight back, not just be a victim, but like he gives up. Like, I feel like at this point he's waiting for Ozymandias to come to him. He's like, I know what's going on. He's gonna kill me. I'm just waiting it out.
I mean, there's also at least echoes of the New Order overthrowing the old. You know, the youth will be served. Comedians, 67 at this point. I think he was born in 1918. But yeah, you have Ozymandias who again is dealing with a different world. It's been defined by the Cold War. Comedian came up, World War II, and then through Korea and Vietnam. But his view, like his moral compass and all that stuff, isn't really the same. So you got to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Also, he found out some shit.
I done heard some shit, man, and I don't like it. And
because Comedian's the last of the old guard that's still, active in some way.
Yeah, he was still partaking in.
His Hollis and Sally are retired.
Yep. The last minute man.
Also, just show Comedian 67. I mean, he obviously Ozymandias is a better fighter, but like for 67, that fucker goes out with a fight.
Well,
that's
impressive. And that's why I think when Rorschach's like even questioning the Dan, it's like, come on now, like, no easy guy's gonna come in here and just take out the comedian even at his age, Yeah,
even the police are like, man, this guy was a fucking unit for his age.
Right? Yeah. These 2 coppers that are talking about it, like, so, yeah. Who else could have overpowered them unless it was like someone they'd never heard of before, or unless it's like, well, we all know that, Vite or Adrian was rumored to be able to catch a bullet, and obviously we see like how skilled Adrian Vite is in hand-to-hand combat. The only damage he takes is when he's not putting up a fight against Nite Owl at the end. It's like, yeah, go ahead and beat the shit out of me for free. But yeah, I like the idea of the masculinity behind the scene here. It's cool to like to think about from a different perspective other than just like the simple like the basic sort of analytical approach behind what it means for the significance of Ozymandias, his plans, catching on to it with Comedian, his plans. I mean, and we haven't really talked much about it yet. But I do feel like based on what happens with the Comedian here, and what Vite does, and then kind of what also happens with our blue friend here, when Dr. Manhattan is on Mars, and the human condition, since that's something that Rorschach talks about a couple different times, and it's like what is the significance behind the human condition here, and because of what happens on Mars between the conversation in the past and present of Manhattan with Laurie here, and as she's saying, like, why Manhattan questions the meaning of time, and it's like, if you only saw time as I saw from my perspective, like, that humans are insignificant, like the people, millions of people dying is inconsequential to the rest of the universe. Like it's like just a speck. It doesn't matter, right? Like, but to Laurie, and it's like she doesn't know every single human on Earth, and no one does. But the fact of just knowing that, well, there's gonna be tens of millions or hundreds of thousands of millions of people are going to die. Like that alone isn't enough for you to be concerned. Well, because but it should be to her, which is another interesting topic and talking point for Adrian's sake.
Well, he doesn't even see the value of life. Period. Not just humans, light.
But yet he wants to create it, though.
Yeah.
Well, he does at the end.
Yeah.
He doesn't hear.
Yeah.
He just like, I like the stillness, and life is just messy, and it's entropy, and have a nice day. And it's just like, again, it's Alan Moore trying to sound deep, and he's not very good at it. The idea that somehow inert matter with no chemical reaction going is somehow more interesting than actual chemical processes. Get fucked. He already talked about how he wants to see oxygen turned into gold. All right, well, you're gonna have to go to a supernova for that. But he's interested in that, but somehow he goes, no, but life itself, whatever. And it's like, this is just kind of shoveled in.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think the fact that the scenes that he's on Mars is the most absolute and alienated version of Dr. Manhattan.
Because again, he believes that, but even then, it's what are you talking about? Because the reason he leaves is because he believes he's harmful to the people that he cares about. So he cares about humans. Oh, wait.
Or he just vanished, and that was when he was getting on that press conference, and they were,
right, leave me alone because Janie and all of this, and then zip, and he's gone.
Yeah,
right. So again, don't tell me that he's always disconnected from humanity when his whole big tantrum was about humans that he cared about being harmed by his presence.
Yeah, because remember that reporter was goading him. They started listing off names. Remember, that's one guy. That's the second person. That's third person. Everybody you contact with that develops cancer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's.
This is just shit writing, and it's okay. I need him to go somewhere. Okay, cool. Thanks, Alan.
Yeah. No, well, I mean, listen. I think the masculinity from him, in especially in what causes him to go there, right? Like, is severed, because any sort of relationship that he had, it's cold, it's abstract, it's, I mean, literally and figuratively unreachable. Like, he's not complete whatsoever. And I think even at this point, whatever sort of humanness that he had is even less now. It almost reminded me a bit of like a child who has a tantrum.
That's because that's what it is.
Yeah.
Right, but it's emotional, but he's not connected with humanity. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, look, at the end of the day, man just wanted to be in a place where he could.
He just wanted to play in a sandpile.
Yeah. Play in a little sandbox. Look at the little sandbox I made with my.
Dr. Manhattan was the original sandbox gamer.
He was.
Or the first intergalactic sand person.
So we created the sand people?
Oh, good.
He is the sand people.
Coon.
Yeah, they thought that they walk in rows to hide their numbers, but there's really only one.
But by the way, you all have to be clothed, not me. I'm the first. I get to walk around blue naked. All right, I've been dying to talk more about this scene because Rorschach in prison is goated.
This is the good.
So fucking good. Definitely one of some of the best parts of the entire movie and novel.
Big talk.
Yeah.
I love the fat guy who's getting sick of the smart asser parts.
Five jokes.
Just said yes.
What do you got? Your hands.
Your hands. My pleasure.
Yeah. Listen, I don't know.
Like when he's like, I'm coming in, I'm gonna fuck you up. Bad chance.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, you're a famous person. I'm a famous person myself, and
just trolling.
I'm gonna try and shank you, my guy. Rorschach you, right?
Yeah.
Didn't go so well.
Goddamn racist.
Gotta watch that cholesterol.
Exactly.
You know,
it was either that or the sugar put was going to get him.
So Jason, everyone I knows who watched Watchmen is the fucking
Big
infamous
Figure,
line.
Small World. Yeah.
You all think I'm trapped in here with you? No.
Well, yeah. What was his face? He was from Seinfeld too, or he was in Seinfeld. Can't remember him and Kramer. But no, yeah,
the little guy,
Huh?
little midget guy.
Little midget, yeah,
Yeah.
Short King.
Yeah,
not really a Short King.
They don't have names. They just have
Mr. Big.
Mr. Big.
Yeah.
In his one.
Yeah. But no, yeah, no. This line was great.
I'm locked in here with you.
That's it. You're locked in here with me.
Fucking love that so much.
Because he's right though.
But he gets smacked in the face and he just proceeds to get even more pissed off.
Yeah, stop interrupting.
I'm interrupting my small monologue.
It's better to burn out than fade away.
Also, not too long into this scene, I mean, well, after the Rorschach in prison, we have the OG hallway fight one take that did before Daredevil did it.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, with
Was it before Old Boy?
Oh, yeah, I guess the original
Old Boy's the
version,
OG,
Boy's
yeah.
2004. You're right. Old Boy is the OG. I think Old Boy was 2004.
Yeah, Old Boy was the Olive Garden on that one.
Oh my God,
that, my friends, is a callback.
But I mean, like, listen, Chris, I don't know how what you think about Rorschach in these scenes, but I mean, I feel like the fact that he refuses to break under any sort of pressure, like, it just exemplifies his conviction, like, full through, and that's why obviously he got green down the line. But like, he shows he's got some smarts and he doesn't have to use his bronze all the way. But it's just a matter of he's not afraid of anything. He doesn't fear anything anymore, right? And I think that he's able to have like a sense of balance when it's like what needs to be done. It's like the line when he's talking to the psych guy, whatever. I can't think of his name, the psychologist or whatever, therapist. He's like, we don't do this thing because it's permitted. We do it because we have to. We do it because we're compelled. Fucking masculine as fuck right there. Like, it doesn't get any better than that. And I wanted to get a clip of that so bad, but because there's music over
constantly,
constantly, bro. I'm like, oh my God, like these are great moments. And not to say like the music is bad at that time. He's
That's why you need Da Vinci. You can remove the music.
Yeah, well, luck too, Nick, because I've had so many talks with Goodwin about this, about jail and height and weight and everything. Jackie Earle Haley, the guy's 5'5", and by all means, in prison, a guy like this, I am 10 times more fucking terrified than most guys that are 6'4", 250, 260. I'd be when Rorschach proves it in this movie.
I mean, the Rorschach demonstrates that okay, you're just like violent because you're atavistic. I use reason, right? The rational application of violence is the shit you need to be really worried about, right? Because again, I'm goading you for a reason.
Yeah.
Right. I'm trying to get you to make certain moves. There you go. I love the part where he's like, disposing of sewage by the toilet. I never did that. It's kind of obvious now that you think about it, right?
Yeah. I got that. Hold on. We got.
He has a very wry sense of humor.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we got to start off, in proper line.
You were never that sentimental.
Run. Hold on.
Now you find out what the score is.
1-0. Come and get me.
Yeah, when,
I love it.
It's very
love
Nick.
that.
It's at the 2 hour 26.
I kind of like that you were never that sentimental better in that moment, though.
With the 2:26 mark, where fucking they go rescue Rorschach, and you remember you see the door open, close, open, close. He's getting slow
on
close
the bathroom. Yeah. Dude,
you just hear the toilet flush, and all the blood comes out later.
They're just waiting for him to like.
Yep, he's done.
He gave him a swirly, but he died in the process.
Yep.
No, Yeah, here's the.
I just love the fact that he doesn't care that he's a little person. He beats him to death.
Exactly.
Based, I don't know.
Never disposed of sewage with a toilet before. Obvious, really. 2-0. Your move.
Sorry, Gordon.
I like
Obvious,
also that he said he saved the joke about, using the toilet for 2-0.
Yeah, exactly.
Obvious, really. God, what a scene.
Oh, he's so small. It's even like him standing next to Silk Spectre. He's smaller than her. He's not a big dude.
No.
Yeah, but I mean, he's obviously a big threat. So, Chad status Rorschach, if he only had washed his eyes.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, my boy got the stank.
It was
That mask keeps changing because he keeps wiping with it.
It's true. Yeah.
Who does number 2 work for? Someone evil?
That would be a funny thing to intercut with him beating him, like when you don't see him beating the guy to death there and you just hear, yeah, you tell that turd who's boss.
I love to because there was that jail that they put on, but that wasn't CGI. That one actor, when they first set him on fire, he's running out there, but that was somebody actually being set on fire. I mean, they had that special gel, retardant gel.
Proper stunt, man.
Yeah, that scene. Just because somebody actually did that shit, I'm like, cool.
Well, I mean, to be the black dude really did get all that fryer grease all over, and that stunt was really well.
Absolutely. Well, it was no stunt.
That's good for his skin, though.
Yeah, he was getting a little ashy.
It's like we just boiled down all of your lotion ration for the day, and here you go.
Oh, geez. I try to see if I have any other clips for this, but yeah, I mean, like, it's like what they say. We need to go break him out. Just kidding. Like, I'm already out, guys. I don't need your help. But he'll take the ride back in Archie.
Yeah. Well, he's got bigger things to worry about.
That's very true.
But again, it's they like the guy that's talking. That's a mistake, right? Again, if you're talking, you ain't ready to do violence. You're trying to convince yourself, or you're trying to to pose or whatever. Rorschach will just happily go straight violent.
Yeah, and
it's true.
As opposed to Ozymandias, who goes gay violent.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, and it's funny you mentioned that that line, Goodwin, because sometimes the night rewards Rorschach.
The man turned, and there was something rewarding in his eyes. Sometimes the night is generous to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. When some of you guys fight you, there's not a 15-minute monologue. But then the 30-second mark, a punch's already thrown, and it's your objective to take down your opponent as fast as possible, not fucking rant for 5-6 minutes.
Yeah. It's the guy that comes at you with predator eyes that you're like, better start throwing now.
Yeah.
If he's talking, he's trying to talk himself into it. I go quiet.
Yeah. In the end, that scene made Steak and Shake Swift to beef tallow. No more scene.
That's right. Exactly.
You can use that beef tallow to lather up your skin.
That's right.
Keep that.
Keeps the ash away.
Get the ash away. Yep. Ashy layer.
It'll
let's
really
talk
wag
about,
you.
What's that?
Oh, nice.
Like Dr. Manhattan.
Oh God. You never look at Wagyu again the same.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit more about the entirety of Ozymandias. I don't want to say Ozymandias.
Ozymandias
revealing his plan.
Right.
Just the beauty behind it. And I think it's again the masculinity that Adrian has. It's brilliant, but it is also a bit dangerous here. Like, because I do think the fact that he's willing to take on this task, because as we've said, he has just the strength to do so, and that he believes he has this foresight that gives him the right to decide the fate of millions. So like he's willing to take on this sort of utilitarian leadership that no one else will. And as he says, like, yes, Dan, I decided to sacrifice millions to
Save
prevent billions.
To
from
save billions. I'm getting a little alarmed at how many ways you can incorporate Austin Powers into this movie.
Look, it's a giant Johnson. Oh my God, could you imagine?
You could do that with Dr. Manhattan the whole movie.
Someone needs to do a cut of that, but every time there's a scene of Dr. Manhattan in the movie, it just kind of cuts back and forth.
Oh God, don't tell me.
I would intermix it with like 50s monster movies where they're all pointing up in the sky and screaming or whatever.
You could add more to it for sure.
Yeah.
Not just those two movies, but oh my God. Urge to edit rising. So Soul Assassin, how you doing?
What's
up? That lunchroom reminded me of my old high school cafeteria. Same shitty looking food. Was there glass that separated you from the? I'm trying to remember if my old high school had.
Yeah, they had the
we
sneeze
had
guard.
glass in my high school.
But I think ours wasn't like buffet type shit. It was like hanging down.
Later, yo. Have a good night, brother. Yeah, maybe it did. Maybe I still remember mine.
We had to go up to like windows where the lunch ladies just gave you your plate and it was filled. And there you go.
Oh, you know what? Maybe
As it was like an elementary school, middle school, but high school actually had more like what it was showing in that prison scene there.
Yeah, eventually, but our high school was
I think
that
my
way.
middle school was like that. I think my high school was more like, I mean, it wasn't fully open, but it was like there were like different like sections, and it was almost like ordering food from like a movie theater. if that makes any sense.
Privileged white guy.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, all right.
Listen, I went to school in South Florida, and actually my high school was torn down. Fun fact that all three schools I went to were torn down.
Well, it's because they're so rich they don't reuse them. They just constantly have new schools for incoming people. Yeah.
Tornado hit my high school literally like 3 weeks before school was supposed to end. We ended up getting out early. It was awesome, but the school was gone. So fuck you. True story though. It literally just ripped the roof off of our school mid class. Like not mid class. We were already like hunkering down because tornado sirens and stuff like that. But like we had a roof and then we didn't, and rain was pouring in.
The Joplin.
Nice.
Yeah. So yes, it was the Joplin tornado. Like now, I wasn't in Joplin. I was a couple towns over, so it was the straight
Right,
line
but they had plenty of tornadoes that were spawning off from that.
Straight line winds from the Joplin tornado that tore it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, my cousins took off like 2 weeks work to go up and help.
Oh, dude, the recovery and like and repair effort and whatnot. It was like a whole summer project for all the surrounding communities. It was probably the only charity I've ever done. If I'm being completely honest.
That was a good one, I would say.
Enough to guarantee me a spot in heaven, you think?
No.
Nah.
God damn it.
Nah. I was gonna say for torn down my next 20-inch pythons.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Nick on his way out just goes full Samson on it. Just pushes the pillars out. School's out.
School's out, everyone.
It's like, Nick, you were the first person out. Everyone died. Top in my class.
That's right.
I did it
Slackers.
I did it to say hundreds.
That's right.
Like you
I did it to
sacrificed
save my
hundreds.
GPA.
It's like you sacrificed hundreds to save me.
To save me.
The ultimate selfish person.
The needs of the few outweigh the needs of the many.
Yeah. My needs outweigh all your needs. Yeah, how about that for a valedictorian?
Yeah.
Looks like school's out forever.
Dun, 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 dun.
The world's
Now-
smallest GPA is no more a threat to me.
Tell me I can't walk around with my dong out at school.
Leave me alone. Push over.
Can we just AI Nick over every Arnold line?
No. Good time.
Oh man. Oh god. Listen, I think Ozymandias is revealed. Just the way he goes about explaining it to them was number one hilarious because he's also fighting them and just beating them with ease. And just the way he explains it all to the point of, oh yeah, well, you know, I didn't expect the comedian to go to his arch nemesis, you know, Moloch, but after that, you know, and then your masked killer theory, Rorschach, which wasn't quite expecting, but you know, now I needed to kind of maneuver through that whole plot, but I think the biggest thing for him too, and as Dan and Rorschach figured out too, that there was a psych profile on Dr. Manhattan. So it's like, you know, and obviously I think to give some credit to Adrian Veidt, you know, it's like I picked up on the facial like twitches that to anyone else
would be invisible.
Would be invisible from Dr. Manhattan, but he recognized them, and he was able to again figure out a plan and to use that against him. And then obviously, like, I'm building a device. He's helping me build a device that's I'm going to use him to blame. And meanwhile, I'm going to block the ability for him to see forward and to know exactly what I'm doing. And he's just going to think, might be nuclear, you know, threat that's blocking me. He's going to try and just guess and use some sort of hypothesis that it doesn't have any accurate data. Pinpoints what exactly is happening here. So it's like, well, I'm going to have a deterrent that is going to, you know, help me continue my plan. And the most powerful being here on Earth, you know, can't stop me even. In fact, I'm going to use him and manipulate him to helping me create this plan. So you would want to walk with your dog at school. I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Let off some steam, Bennett.
Let off some steam.
Again, not even the best part of that. It's not even the best line from that. Stop it.
It's true.
Come on, stick the knife into me. Let's party.
I always thought I'd remove that. Hey guys, guess what? We're gonna be doing Commando 2 at some point in the future.
Oh, thank God,
I'm
no.
just kidding.
There's a Commando 2.
Dude,
Arnie just announced he's going to be back to like a Conan movie and
New Conan.
Commando 2 and
He
Predator
was coming back for a Conan sequel.
and
Commando
Predator
2
and Commando
Predator.
2.
Oh my God, bro!
Yeah,
It is actually appropriate that he would announce it on the Watchmen anniversary of the
That's
whole
true.
movie.
Yeah,
Dr. Manhattan's going commando.
I thought it was parody Leonto. No, it's actually official.
He is
It's
Kojo.
he's turning 80 years old this year.
Ozymandias would be a look
Yeah,
nicer.
yeah.
100%.
yeah. If they pull his hair, you're going to find out he's got a serious receding hairline.
See what's going on when you turn it. Hold on. Let me go back to my other scenes here.
I mean, the thing about this, like the plan revelation, is he's trying to get them to stop because he doesn't want to kill them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. He didn't want to kill Comedian. He just had to. And once he recognized, okay, that's what I got to do. Well, then he does it. Right. You know, and saying, you know, he's got to kill Moloch. But oh, by the way, that's also useful because he can set up Rorschach to get him off the case. Right. Because again, he doesn't want to kill these people.
He
will if he has to.
Like his little like a blue CGI Linux dog when he takes Dr. Manhattan, he apologizes to that dog creature because it's got to die. So he can just slow Manhattan down to resummon himself. But even like he kills that creature, he's like, I'm sorry for doing this.
Dog creature,
it's just a big cat.
It's a giant cat. It's literally the opposite.
It's a blue dog, whatever.
No.
It is a cat creature.
Isn't
It's the opposite of a dog creature.
Yeah.
In my head, it's a dog.
It's supposed to be like a lynx of some kind, I believe.
Cane feline.
I mean, even if the appearance doesn't give it
Mhm.
away, I would think the obsession.
It's got
with,
4
like,
legs and a tail. It's a
Egyptians
dog, right?
Oh gosh. Have you ever seen a rhinoceros? Is that a dog?
I see one Ace Ventura too.
I was just rude to say.
I thought you were gonna say you saw one on your wedding day.
Oh no.
Dude. I agree, Goodwin, and I think too, for what he's able to achieve and admit to, like, I don't want to kill comedian, but I had to do it. But also saying that, you know, the comedian was right.
The comedian was right. Humanity's savage nature will inevitably lead to global annihilation.
So it's like, what? I'm already predicting what's going to happen, and we won't be unified at that point. It'll be war across the world, and then humanity will be doomed, and there's no turning back from it.
And he understands that again, that you know, combat and fighting, these are natural things in humanity. But if I can turn it outward, right, to an enemy that isn't humanity, then I can still take that nature, but I can redirect it. The result is that humanity, again, it's the noble lie.
Yeah.
Right. If I give them this noble lie, then they can focus all of their efforts on this other threat and, you know, be focused on that and work together.
Yeah. The other thing too, just again, he's not trying to fight. I mean, the fact that Dr. Manhattan, Laurie are already there. You know, we think that he's disintegrated Dr. Manhattan. Obviously, we know he's not dead from that, but Laurie tries to shoot him. We see the truth of him being able to catch a bullet with his hand and not die. And then, you know, Dan tries to attack. Or no, he says, like, if you hurt her, and he's like, Dan, these your childhood antics. Like, what do they prove, or what do they do? What significance is there from them? It's like they don't do anything. You're not creating anything here. You're just
Yeah. What do you?
kid.
I mean, what threat do you have?
Right.
I've just kicked your ass up and down the town square. I don't know what the hell you think you're going to do now.
Right, like, you can't beat me. So you threatening me with your physical violence is not going to do the trick here.
Yeah.
You know.
Why are you being a woman, Dan?
And even with the insult too from the Dr. Manhattan, it's like, well, buddy, this smallest termite just showed you what's what.
The world's smartest man poses no more threat to me than does its smartest termite.
By the way, let me show you what's on the news here with this fancy remote that you don't know what that is when I'm holding my hand. But
he shows like a termite has won the election. It's like, oh, you spoke a little soon, didn't you?
It'd have been funny if one of the TV screens had like Nat Geo and it was like talking about termites.
Oh, no, sorry, wrong channel. Let me just say
hold on, shit, my bad. I knew you were going to say that too. I predicted that as well. John, because, you know, I'm the smartest man on earth, so
exactly.
I knew you were going to say that. So, but
actually, it'd be really funny if he he just kept getting the channel wrong, and he's like flipping between like Nicki Minaj video, you know, music videos and stuff like that, and he's like, "What's your point here? What's going on?"
Humanity's already doomed, John.
Yeah,
it's like, you see now why I have. He shows like the music video for WAP, and he's like, "Okay, maybe you have a point. Why'd you stop at 15 million?"
Exactly. Yeah, a good start.
Yeah, do I hear 20? No 20. No 20.
Yeah.
Ozymandias did kind of retroactively make Hitler look not so bad. It's like he killed 2.5 times as many.
Yeah, but I mean, he's no Mao.
That's true.
Yeah, Mao,
Stalin.
Mao and Stalin have him beat.
He was Stalin, and then he got his plane went through.
Yeah. I'm just Stalin for time.
It's still the best dialogue. I'm not a comic book villain. I did my plan 35 minutes ago. Like, what?
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Got him.
Oh shit!
Surprise, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Some fries. All rise. Listen, I guess one of the questions I have, like, you know, which I feel like I know the answer, but I'm going to ask it anyway. And especially for people watching, do you think he was right? Do you think what Ozymandias did was right in the end?
Okay, so objectively, no, but I can also understand the morality that could justify it.
Yeah, the utilitarian argument for that
Right.
is understandable and it's rational. The problem is that the idea, so the temptation will be, and he will inevitably fall to this, is that once I've taken the agency from humanity, because I'm doing it for their good, he's going to go back to that, and eventually he's going to become in charge of everything, right? Because that's the nature of the, if I can do that. I mean, again, it's always the argument about Superman with the I'm gonna intervene in these moments, and it's like you're kind of stealing agency from humans to do that, right? You're imposing your decisions because of your power on this thing. Nobody requested it, you just did it, and that's kind of the problem.
And isn't part of his plan, like the removal of Dr. Manhattan, isn't that what kind of moves the doomsday clock forward even further? Like, okay, now we've lost our deterrent. And it's like, you did that part. And it's like, well, what if you don't do that part?
Well,
and it's like, okay, maybe it's still inevitable that it could happen at that point, but it's like, you've really.
Right. He's accelerated this. So he's a bit of an accelerationist, right? He agrees with the comedian. This is the nature of humanity. And if it's not going to be now, it's going to be at some other time.
Mm-hmm.
But if I do things now, I can actually turn the tide, right? And get everybody to point at a different thing. If it happens at another time, I may not have that, especially if Dr. Manhattan's gone or something like that, right? What is the threat that I can manufacture? And it can't be anybody on Earth, right? It can't be a human that does it, because then here we go.
Right.
Oh, you were working for so-and-so, or it's this, or it's that. And then the conflict goes, right? Oh my God, it's the oligarchs, or it's the ultra rich. They're menacing. Yay, here we go.
Which, yeah. And that leads into, really the final scene, of Antarctica, with Rorschach refuses the lie. Like, he doesn't want to, he wants truth. He wants justice,
He wants the American way.
But even as he's walking out, and and Dan tries to kind of like stop him, and it's like, that's the difference. He's like, I can't, oh God, what's the line? He's like, I can't refuse retribution, even in the face of
Armageddon.
And never compromise.
Never compromise, even in the face of Armageddon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, and which is, I mean, I think it's a strong belief. It's a powerful belief, for Rorschach to do that. And I think,
well, I mean, the thing about like a moral system is, if it needs exceptions, it's a bit shit.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. Kant's idea of if you think this is moral, wish it universal. And if it's, Ozymandias has decided the noble lie is worth this. Yeah, I had to kill, a few tens of millions of people, but it's worth it. Okay, well then, wish that universal. Does everybody get that power? No, it's just you. Doesn't seem like a great moral thread, which again is the difference between utilitarianism and then Rorschach. Rorschach says he has an absolute moral code, right? That you don't compromise. There's no exceptions because it's my moral fucking code.
Yeah, and I mean, Dax, I think this is an interesting point too. I think Ozzy is high in his own IQ and tried to skip to an easier answer instead of going a third route. If he and Manhattan worked together, who knows what would have happened?
Well, so again, there are other options, because they're essentially going. I mean, it's very Soviet in the idea we will redefine man in some way, or you have to give them an external threat because by nature they're violent, right? It's part of us.
Yeah.
And so you have to have an external threat that isn't of human origin for us to come together and focus on, right? Because it's like a family, right? Yeah, you and your brothers might throw down on occasion. Dear God, don't let anybody else step in. Otherwise, all brothers turn around and go, all right, well, we're beating that ass, and then we'll get back to dealing with our shit afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, I think for Dr. Manhattan and again, the ability, I mentioned this earlier, where I think if he wanted it, again, if someone had asked him to do it, right, if it was, whether it was Veidt or the comedian being funny, or if it was even Nixon saying like, well, can't you just go in there and take all their nukes, away from them, and then just, throw them into outer space, and then, now there won't be any nukes, at all. And I understand like what that does is it presents that, well, the Americans still have the strongest power on Earth at that point, still with Dr. Manhattan. So it's like, well,
again, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. That I can take all the nukes and throw them away. That doesn't stop everybody from making more. Right?
Well, yeah,
you're kicking the can down the road.
Well, yeah, I think the idea or the emphasis would be like, I'm taking them all away. Don't start making them anymore, because if you do, I'll just take them away again.
Right, but he doesn't care, because again, Veidt recognizes that Manhattan, his connection to humanity is going away. That's the whole point of the psych profile they have on him. There's no guarantee of that threat in the future.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, it could, like same thing, that even if that was a one potential avenue, it would only be temporary. Right. So it's like,
so again,
same
Ozymandias is trying to give a long-term solution, which is, okay, we're going to turn outward and realize that these motherfuckers are, they're existential threats that aren't just humanity. Yeah, dude. I mean, it literally is. I think Dave L mentioned that earlier. Where he's like, maybe we can get a net and put them all and then throw them into the sun. Yeah. But the problem is that how do you fundamentally kind of, shift the thinking of every person to go, all right, we family, but these interlopers from outside are trying to come in and fuck with us. Right. That's really the only way that you can make the work, if again your assumption is correct about humans always being violent and there will always be conflict and all that. But I mean, again, so this is kind of when it was written, because Alan Moore's a baggy-eyed Bolshevik, and his beliefs, much like a lot of the hippies in the 80s, are like, oh my God, we're gonna die. Guess what? Still here, bitches. What's up? Right? That mutual assured destruction worked as a deterrent policy, despite all of their hand wringing.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's the balance of terror can also work. Right. That it's okay. If you decide you're going to show the red ass, guess what? We do as well. And that takes everybody else out. And then you go, I'm going to slow my roll a bit.
Oh, I mean, look, we've got, black Doritos that take away other people's nuclear weapons now. So, it's totally
perfect.
Fine.
Perfect.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Okay, good. I was gonna just play a one, pour a little out for our homie.
And Rorschach becomes a Rorschach test. When they show the shot from above.
How can
when that happened, I was Rorschach.
Oh.
Thank you, Gord. Anytime one of my jokes is a laugh from Gord, I feel like this is
I don't believe it was a laugh. He groaned visibly. It was.
Oh, wasn't quite a groan. I was like, oh, like, okay.
was it a Vex? Oh, I can't do it. No, Vex, get in here and do your thingy.
She has more throat control.
Say with your throat control, Vex. Oh God. I guess the only other thing that we really need to discuss is what the I don't know, if there was a particular masculine scene that was the best, and then what our highest rating or what our rating would be for it in this movie. I'll leave it open. Whoever wants to step up. Leon, I know you got to dip out soon, so if you want to.
No, I've still got about 12 minutes or so we can talk about the masculine scenes, think about ratings and stuff. I want to be in bed by around midnight so I can take the kid to school in the morning. But that's, you gotta get some sleep before you take the kid to school in the morning. But beyond that, no, I got at least 12 minutes.
Okay. So Gordon, do you want to go? I guess we'll go down the line.
I mean, to me, the ending is the scene that evokes the most masculinity. I mean, it's, and that's kind of regardless of one's perspective on who's right, because it's like you literally have Ozymandias and you have Rorschach following through with their principles, pretty much to the nth degree. Obviously you're gonna feel that more for the character you tend to agree with, but they both have these things on display, these two sides of the spectrum on here, and it's really, really well done. So yeah, that would be the scene. And as for the film and as a whole, I probably would agree with Cindy's rating of about an 8.
Yeah. Blue, what about you?
I think just watching again, I'll go with comedian when he starts crying to Moloch there, because like when the part where he says that, that was Vietnam, it's like I shot kids, I killed women. He's like, but that was war. Because in his mind, like, people do horrible shit in war. It's shown that like he does have a moral compass, and outside of war, he doesn't enjoy doing this shit. But in wartime, it's a constant moral debate about the things that people do, and it happens in real life. I've known soldiers that went to Afghanistan. So Chris, I'm gonna tell you some shit, man, that like I'm not proud of. He's a couple friends of mine said I came back, I did what I had to do over there, and I'm not proud of what I did. But like I was in Afghanistan, I kind of like I'm a dad, I'm a husband, and just my main focus was coming home. And there's things that I was told by people, and I've known that way, very similar to what the comedian did. So that hits me pretty hard. And I'll go, Gordon Cine overall. Film's got flaws, but probably 8 out of 10. It's got some very complex characters and very complex themes that we've been talking about for 3.5 hours. And I think that's what makes it fun, despite Alan Moore's lack of whatever you want to call it. But he made some very interesting characters, which it's funny because he didn't mean to, but he unintentionally did.
Very true. Thanks for that. And thank you, Gordon, as well for your thoughts on that. Goodwin, what about you?
Yeah, I think the ending is definitely like the peak, and it's both Ozymandias, who not only lays bare what his plan is and why, and he's done this, he's taken on the burden himself because he knew that nobody else would, but also that then when Nite Owl starts throwing on him, he just takes it, right? Because again, he's willing to take on the burden of his choices and the pain, right? Mm-hmm. But he believed that he was the only one that could do it, and he's probably right, to again by that moral compass. But also that you have Rorschach, who is just unwavering, that is absolutely willing to die for that, right? Mm-hmm. I think Adrian is as well, right? If Manhattan was like, okay, I'm going to blink you out of existence and go, and he's like, that's fine, right? I did what I could to, I did the right thing, and so they're both kind of facing that up, and believe that they've done the right thing. And I think you have to kind of give some credit to for the failings of Moore's writing and some of his characters. Rarely do you get to see someone who is pushed to the absolute limit of their moral beliefs, right? And okay, here's the final consequence of your morality. What do you choose? And he has two characters choose correctly, what their code requires of them, even if they are, you look at, well, there should be another way. No, this is. You either compromise your morality or you don't, and both choose to not compromise their morality. You rarely get that in stories, right? You'll get I did the right thing in this situation, but there could have been others. No. Mm-hmm. We're gonna remove the gray for you in this moment.
Yep.
right? Where it's black or white. You're either your morality is what it is, or you suddenly found an exception, which means you might want to call into question your morality. And in both cases, they go, "No, I'll take that." That kind of bumps the rating up for me, masculinity wise, because again, you rarely get that choice, and it's not the but my children or whatever, right? This is purely you're dealing with this kind of abstract situation, where your interest is in humanity, the end, or your morality. And so I think I'd probably give this a 9 because of that.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I definitely see what you mean. And I would say, well, I'll say my piece after Leon, but Gojo, 9 out of 10. Cool. Yeah, I'll say my thoughts after this. Leon, what about you?
Yeah, normally I don't choose action scenes as the most masculine scenes because more often than not in a lot of the movies that we cover, those are usually actually the more macho as opposed to masculine, which is bad. They're still good scenes. But I actually do think the prison scene in this one is probably the one I consider the most masculine because we have the most positive masculine characters. Again, we more or less broke down the Ozymandias and Rorschach were two sides of the same coin. They're both green, but for very differing scales and or very differing ideologies. One being the utilitarian, with the more Old Testament Christian morals of Rorschach, and so when you see the unwavering, which again you get this at the end as well, but I like that it focuses just on him, who I do think is the singular, definitionally positive masculine character down the board in this film. So when you see the prison scene and his uncompromising morals, even in that position, I think that's probably what nails as a whole. I mean, I would agree with Gord. The final scene is the one that has the most emotional weight to it. But just pure masculinity, which is what we're referring to in this stream, I think I gotta go with Rorschach in prison.
Yeah, mostly because again, it's not just I'm violent. It's
dangerous. It's righteous anger. Or not even anger, it's righteous application of violence.
Yeah, but and also that I'm doing it by thinking.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
Here, let me go punch somebody. Let me go do this. No, I'm thinking this shit through.
Yeah. Yeah. God, I was gonna say my scenes. I mean, I appreciate Blue. Your perspective of this scene. I'm gonna play it for White Bear.
I am spilling my guts to one of my arch enemies. The truth is, you're the closest thing to a friend I got. What the fuck does that say?
Because of Moloch's face.
It's just like that's how good this movie is. Where there's so many scenes to unpack, but like that's that one piece of dialogue. Like how fucked up is my life? One of my fucking arch enemies, my best friend. Like,
I think another underrated scene that we didn't talk about is the psychiatrist scene.
I know, yeah, and we mentioned it a bit, but like we didn't go into depth about it because of the oh god, what is it? The
because he's really describing the how did I get to here?
Yeah, because he's talking about the story about like you want to know who Rorschach is? I'll tell you who Rorschach is, and it's like here's the Blair Roach investigation, and at that point, just the. Again, I wish I could clip more of it because there's way too much music over it. But it's like, like everything that it's like, I was soft on criminals, and too easy. But after that, like that's what broke. It's like from there on in. Oh God, what else is real name? Harvey. No, what's Rorschach's real name? I'm having a brain fart.
Is it Eddie?
No,
it's
oh my god,
something Kovacs, isn't it?
Yeah. Henry Kovac? No. Why am I having a brain fart?
It's Walter Kovacs.
Walter. Yeah. Oh my god, Jesus. It's like from there on in, Walter Kovacs is dead. There's like so. There's only, Walter Kovacs there. Thanks, guys. From there on in, it's only Rorschach, and I feel like that story hits so hard Right. Yeah. He killed a PDF, and nothing of value was lost. Very true, Mel. He did the right thing though, right? I mean, I think it's like if I were in Rorschach's shoes, well, I'd done the same thing. I feel like a lot of people would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
And I do think that is a very masculine scene as well.
Yeah, but I think part of that is the ejection of the weakness of Walter. And you go, okay, but Walter would still, have certain tendencies or whatever, but that's not what's allowed. Again, he's an Old Testament prophet, right? That he is a new thing, and whatever he was before got up and left at the moment, because again, he realized just how dark, the world is, and how evil the people are, and so now he just goes absolutism.
He does have a bit of he's very Clint Eastwoody.
Yeah, even as a kid actor, I mean, he's got a pretty noticeable kind of face and a like a set jaw. And
I liked him in Alita Battle Angel. He was cool in that.
Well, and I think that's why, like, for him as an overall character, right? He's definitely a very masculine character because of everything that he goes through, everything that he explains to us as the audience and the reader or whatever. Again, ironic that Alan Moore could write a character so
accidentally.
well like that. Accidentally.
Him and Verhoeven ought to get together.
Yeah, right. Have a lunch date. But
Leon, what did you give as a rating?
Oh, right. As a masculine rating. So I mean, I was thinking about what Goodwin and I were debating on last week. So maybe the numerical rating, like using the averages, might not be the right way to go about it. I mean, or I might have to switch up how I do it. So I haven't come to a conclusion yet. So if I'm just gonna rank the masculinity based on I guess a vibe after 3.5 hours of discussing it, I think I can settle pretty comfortably on 8.5. We've got two very masculine characters in Rorschach and Ozymandias, but the others are so flawed in their masculinity, and a lot of them in a very negative way. And obviously that's the intent of the film, because that this is trying to do the atypical superhero thing before it was actually popular to do in movies. But I do still think that as in the grand scheme of things hurts the overall masculinity, even if you've got two very strong cases for it. So I think a solid 8.5 is fair.
Oh, for sure.
Just curiously, do you think that the film's masculine because it's got like a very dour ending, but like it's like?
Do I think the film is what? I didn't hear the word.
Do you think the film overall is masculine because look at the ending and the symbolism and stuff. Like it's got like a dour, but like almost masculine, like the whole black pill. It's such a political, fun film to dissect. It's like.
Well, so I mean, I think that the film definitely has very important masculine moments. I don't think the overall film is actually really indicative of masculinity or femininity in general. I think that completely comes from the characters because so much of what this film does is psychological, I guess would be the best way to put it, and that's very pseudoscience-y for me. I wouldn't consider masculine. But I do think that the strength from the characters, how they're dealing with the political stuff, the ramifications of their choices, past choices they didn't have a say in because so much of it's government based, from masculine character moments.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, because what's the line to that Adrian Vidas Ozymandias is saying too about it's not fate, it's not destiny. At the end there, I'm totally blanking. I think there's music playing over it, if I remember correctly. But I think, I mean, just for a rating, it's definitely somewhere between in an 8 and a 9. I mean, I'm okay with it being an 8. I'm okay with it being a 9. Same thing. It's like I'd probably give it an 8.5 as well, and being in the mix because we do have some masculine characters between Rorschach, Adrian, Hollis Mason as well, and then for Sally, I guess too, being this decent broad in the film compared to her daughter, or seeing what this godlike entity with Dr. Manhattan is and how flawed he actually is at the core, because it's just not written well, because that's Alan Moore's fault. But even with the comedian is going through, and I'm sure we probably could have talked more about this whole film altogether, but and I think I agree with what Roman said earlier, and Nite Owl with Dan Dreiberg, his arc over time definitely improves. He wants to be better. He wants to be wants to have that inspiration and aspiration, but it's like he's a follower, as we said. He's just a really good sidekick, whether it's to Rorschach or comedian or
well, Laurie to some degree.
Yeah, even Laurie, which is kind of
well, again, he's a good sidekick to a bad person. Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, look, guy gets laid in the end, so it's something. I mean, he didn't get blue balls, even though he doesn't have blue balls.
I mean, he gave her blue lips.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think overall, like, there's, for as far as the best scene, I don't know, it is tough. Like, I love the whole prison scene for the right reasons, because Rorschach, but same thing at the end, I can also agree with, because Rorschach, and again, I think because both of those scenes to me are centered around one character, about Rorschach. Like, he holds the truth so tight to his chest that, again, he would rather die than to live inside of a lie. And that's what it's like, I don't care if you'll have to kill me in order to stop me. And wow, yes, Dan's on this, like, hunt for purpose, but can't do it himself.
Dan again, he doesn't even understand Rorschach or anybody else, because he's like, hold on, wait a minute, nobody didn't do anything. Let me go talk to him. And it was like, there ain't a damn thing you can say. You don't know him well enough if you think you're going to go out there. But again, it's Dan going, well, maybe there's and it's like, no, you don't understand the situation you're in.
That reminds me of these two clips.
You were never that sentimental.
Attack on one is attack on all of us.
What do you suggest we do about it?
Retribution.
And same thing, Dan doesn't have all the answers, and where I think he looks to someone else who might, like Rorschach. And then I don't agree with what Dan says here to Rorschach. But Rorschach is exposing how the city's become, like, which it's clipped, or I've shortened it, but it's all kind of based on this clip.
When you walk down the street in the city dying of rabies, past the human cockroaches talking about their heroin and child pornography, you really feel normal.
At least I'm not the one still hiding behind a mask.
No, you're hiding in plain sight.
Ooh,
bitch.
Cold-blooded. Again, it's well, I want to compromise. Can't we all just get along? All right, Reginald Denny, let me tell you how that ends for you. It's this very the denial of the reality of the situation he's in.
Yeah, Dan, you're not in charge anymore. It's like well, yeah. What did he say before that? Is it Watchmen over? Because who said so, tricky dick? And it's like, I said so. Like, bitch, come on now. You ain't Dan. We know you're not no leader. Like, if I say Watchmen's getting bad together, it's getting bad together.
Look, something like before this film, in real life, they actually did pass a superhero act in real life. There was some kind of vigilante act. And do you remember that? Like, it was in the 80s. There's some kind of like official law where you can't dress up like vigilantes.
No.
And wait, like,
I mean, vigilantism's always been illegal, technically, but
taking the law in your own hands has always been a problem, and it doesn't matter whether you're wearing a costume or not.
Yeah,
I mean, we let furries walk around unchecked.
Yeah, Blue's, mistaking Marvel for reality again. That's the problem.
I thought.
I mean, granted, it would be really funny if that were a law, and then every Halloween we were just rounding up children.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like the Justice League.
Blues over here. Come on, guys! Don't you remember the Sokovia Accords? It was real.
Yeah.
You know what?
Of course it was. Called Sokovia Accords. Come on, just sign it. Here's this fancy pen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think I would say either the prison scene or the end. I mean, it's hard to just say like dying for what you believe in isn't. But I think based on who Rorschach becomes and is it explained in with the entirety of him being in the prison is a lot. I mean, it speaks a lot about his masculinity. It speaks about the masculinity in the film. Obviously not super intentional about it, but that's what we can what's it called? Abstract from it. I would maybe also think that again, even the part that the comedian plays in the movie, that just understanding about the level of corruption, excuse me, the level of corruption that's happening here, the fact that he can't do anything to stop what's happening, and he dies for it because Ozymandias, for whatever brilliance he has and people think of him, proves that, well, he can almost justify anything when some sort of fear is allowed to rule it. And I think because of him believing that he's the strongest person to do what needs to be done, that he can live on for the rest of his days knowing that all these names that he might hear, that this is like this burden that he's going to be carrying on his shoulders. But what a film, guys. What a film.
Yeah, I mean, I'm far more afraid of the person who believes that they're doing right for everyone, or for the greater good, or religious meanings or anything like that, right? That's when I get very concerned. I mean, if they actually, and I mean people actually believing it, not just mouthing the words, that they believe it, because they will do some heinous shit.
Why do you think Muslim terrorists are such an actual problem? Because they do staunchly believe this ideology. It ain't just like lip service because they hate America. Bro. They believe that shit.
Yeah, I ain't in it for the dollar bills, yo.
You don't have a motherfucking bomb to your chest and then go like Hollow Wild, Allahu Akbar shit. Like that's some belief.
Imagine thinking there are still 72 virgins.
Suckers born every minute.
I just thought.
Well, it is lambing season, so
So, Ozymandias his costume is like purple, right?
In Islam, goated means something else. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Touche. Hold on. What somebody think of the comedian's children? Yeah. No, so I was saying Ozymandias is wearing purple, right?
The royal.
There's another purple villain that wipes out half of the existence.
Thanos. Yeah.
Yeah.
You copied from an Alan Moore comic, you prick.
Yeah, Ozymandias didn't have a ball sack for a face, so that's
ball sack on his face.
Yeah, he just likes ball sack on his face.
Right, but he doesn't want it to be his actual face. I'm like,
Thanos is analogous to the Jews. That's why his name is the Nose.
That could have been it. Yeah. Now let's talk about therapists.
You should have gone for it.
So he has 6 stones.
I'll take the rapist.
I'll take the rapist for 500. I'll take penis mightier.
My dad lost me. Said he said, "I'll take 8 tit." Did you mean appetite?
I'll take 8 tits for 500. Rebecca.
I'll take anal bum cover for 500. The category is an album
cover, sir.
Oh, fucking Will Ferrell's playing it so deadpan serious too.
Oh, dude, I know.
What was it? Jap-anus relations.
Let tits now.
No, it's Japan-U.S. relations, sir.
Name a sound a dog makes. Mr. Connery, what did you have? Rough. Just like the way your mother likes your Trebek. Oh, God. It's one of the best skits ever.
It really is.
Yeah.
I hate my job.
Well, I was going to try to make a comparison between Thanos and Ozymandias. But...
Thanos is a bitch. He's just an environmentalist. Fuck off.
Thanos is just a retard who doesn't realize that his stones could actually make enough resources for everyone.
Yeah.
What?
So where are you
Yeah,
gonna,
I had the
where are
magic
you gonna put
beans
them
to
all?
do anything. I guess I'm just going to delete half the population, or we could.
Or you could continuously double the resources and be fine.
Well, I can't be bothered with that kind of shit.
See, even the world's smartest man didn't figure that out.
Well, the world's smartest man did. Thanos didn't.
That's true.
Wait a minute. It's like, so you have Dr. Manhattan with the blue peen and you have Thanos who looks like a purple nutsack. What are we saying, superhero movies?
Dear God.
The blood flow
Hollywood.
matters.
What'd you say?
The blood flow matters.
Well, make sure you get your stuff checked out.
Remove your cock ring in time.
God. I don't know if there's anything else you guys want to tag on here.
No, it's 1 a.m. We're done. It's over.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. All right, guys.
There's
we'll
never
go around the room.
TV
Blue,
show.
Also,
Blue, what you
daylight
got going on
savings.
this
Fuck
week?
this shit.
12 hours. I'm watching a film with Jay in 12 hours. So.
Yes.
Which one?
Westworld, which I hate fucking whenever good ones like write about something, but
You're watching the original Westworld?
Yeah, 70.
yes, I watch it. It's been a long time since I watched it. I watch it again, Nick, and it's just like Jay mentioned Looker from 1981 last week, and we did Westworld. And in fact, this film is technically a 70s film. The amount of things they call out that's going on nowadays is who's writing this shit?
I don't know.
Oh, Michael Crichton was.
Yeah, it's like I'm seeing tropes from Westworld. I'm like, this should not have existed, and it does.
Rip. Gordon, what you got going on this week?
Tomorrow, Primal, and I should have a video out this week. So
yeah,
that'll be fun.
We're almost done, guys.
Why didn't daylight savings skip ahead on Primal?
And just delete it.
Yeah.
I know we're almost done, and we'll talk about something better soon.
Like rectal cancer.
Yeah.
God. Goodwin, what about you?
Yeah, so I've got Westworld tomorrow on Blues, and then Primal. And then Wednesday, Mr. Brown's. We'll be covering Aliens.
Still.
Yeah. We've been doing like maybe 20-minute chunks at a time.
Yeah, I've been watching, trying to tune in. I'm like, okay, they haven't made it past this part yet.
Yeah.
And this week the chat works.
Yeah, that was a big upgrade.
Right.
As opposed to when they had to draw English with Korean characters, which was magnificent, punchable face.
True. Leon, what you got going on this week?
Same as always, got videos and streams every day. Tomorrow we've got Tinfoil Haters, me, Cinny, Sammy, and possibly a fourth party. It's gonna be great. And then I'll be posting my reaction to the Cell versus Metal Sonic Death Battle. The channel is tomorrow's video, which will be an excellent time. Can't wait to show you guys that if you missed the stream where we covered it, because for once Death Battle had a W. For once, I agree with their outcome. Very rarely does that happen. I still hate them. Death Battle sucks. But broken clocks are right twice a day and all that. So
true.
Yeah, Rossi, you're right. This week I'm featuring Blue Collar's Butthole.
Hey, I mean, gotta pay bills.
As for myself, tomorrow night we're going to be talking about Primal. For some reason, there's a season 3, episode 9. So we got 2 left, and we're done with this turd show
until season 4.
We're not covering season 4.
I don't give a fuck if season 4 comes up.
No, we are skipping season 4 because there never should have been a season 3. I'm hoping there would be something else better to talk about at that same time, should that ever happen. But I'm not going to waste my
Armageddon,
my thoughts on
perhaps.
that. Yeah. Nuclear holocaust. Who knows?
Let's go.
Wednesday, I'll be on ABF's channel at 7 p.m. Eastern. And then Thursday night, my gaming stream, I will be streaming 9 p.m. The new John Carpenter's Toxic Commando releases. Great soundtrack from what I heard. Good demo when I played a couple weeks ago. So I'll be playing that co-op with some folks. So come in, chill out, chat about whatever you guys want. And I'll see you next week. We are covering Sisu next Monday night here on the channel for Masculine Monday. So that'll be a good one. And then who knows after that? Because MegaCon is that week as well. Might be doing a random topic because I will not have time to plan for a movie that week with MegaCon. So I'm thinking of the topic kind of a special, and we could maybe do this and incorporate it more often, but maybe talking about masculinity in video games. Pick a character or two to talk about. I don't know, maybe thinking Master Chief. You know, the
Master
original
Chiefs.
Abby from The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to put Master Chief? I mean, if we hard cap it like the original trilogy, I guess.
No. I'm just the original bunch.
Yeah, Master Cheeks shows up all of a sudden. Oh shit.
Yeah,
don't pick a Halo Infinite.
No, as far as I'm concerned, it's like there's only 3 Halo games. You know.
No, there's 4 or 5.
Reach is good.
Reach awesome, counts. Man. ODST was pretty good. Oh, Wars.
Well, it's like everything that
Wars was good.
But like think about it, everything that happens in that time frame, from like the Fall of Reach book to the
Halo. That's all one story. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like, I mean,
I'm saying there's more than 3 games. There's only 3 numbered games.
Correct.
Yeah. I would point out anybody that's thinking about it. Resident Evil 9 is the alien Romulus of Resident Evil.
It's fucking awful.
It's a cover band doing the greatest hits. Of nostalgia berries.
So wait, if someone decides to start playing this series on the 9th game, are they a fan?
God,
hell no.
Were you asking Blue or me?
They might be a fan of the game, but
no,
not
because there was someone that said that in a comment. And I'm like, why the fuck would you start with 9?
Because it's the latest.
Yeah, it's weird.
By the way, 9 is actually 11 because 0 and Code
Veronica
are in there. So 9 is actually 11. So you're starting with the 11th fucking game.
There's more than that. There's something like 20 games if you actually count all of the Resident Evil.
If you count all the spin-offs and stuff, yeah.
I think Leon just wanted to say 9/11.
That's true.
Don't worry. They're making Code Veronica remake. They're also making Resident Evil 1 remake again.
Another Resident Evil has hit a building.
We're gonna have Resident Evil 25 at some point.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully, I don't live to see that day.
Jaws 19 and Resident Evil.
Hey, I don't know who's been. I haven't seen him in the chat, but Dave in Games. Thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate you.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You're
all the games
two great tastes great together. You can't separate them.
Yeah.
All of the games
are great.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Dave, you're great too. Appreciate it.
And Dave.
But yes, next week, Sisu. That's gonna be a fun one. I have not watched it since it actually came out, so I'm looking forward to watching that again. And I appreciate everyone sticking around this long. I was definitely looking forward to this movie for a while. Once I put it on the list, definitely a good movie nonetheless. A good directed movie by Zach, and getting some great. Acting performances in here from certain actors, not all of them, as we said and specified who, but you can turn back and find out who we mentioned at that point too. Just did a little check. So we're hold on, was my mathing right? We're 71 subs away from the 1,000 mark, y'all.
Does that include daylight savings?
God, yeah. Does that mean I should go forward 100? I'm confused.
Yeah, I don't.
If only. No. But no, I appreciate all the new subs tonight. You guys rock. I'll plan for something fun and exciting when we hit that 1K mark. So, there's David Games. I subscribe to both Leon and Cinny. Leon's channel is how I came across the channel. That's why Leon's the man. And so are you, David Games. So, yeah, every Monday night, man. We talk about a new movie every week, and like to have fun here. So, 100%. And yes, the following week, not the following week, sorry. Real quick, March 30th, we are talking about the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. So
extraordinary.
Yep. So yep. Much love to everyone. We'll raid Cinny. And don't worry, we're not gonna raid her on a pool table.
Unless she's into that.
Unless that's
yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that, but if that's what she's into, then
we don't kink shame here.
Right? Yeah, there's good cushioning for the fronting, and I don't think it'll make the pool table messy at all. So, Nate's Beams Watchmen is a masterpiece. Glad I caught the stream, dude. Thank you so much for being here, man. Appreciate it. I'm not sure if you subbed or if you'd already subbed. If you did, either way. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
I hope everyone has a good night. Great rest of the week. If I don't catch you on other streams, throughout the week, and I catch you next Monday night, I hope you guys have a safe week. Be good. make masculine decisions, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Do it!